Family wa gbogbo ẹ̀gbọ́n tó ń bẹ lókè òkun ò lè wálé ẹ̀rù ń bà wọ́n kọ́mọ jí wọn gbé gbogbo express ọ̀nà Èkó ń bí káàkiri ọ̀nà Oǹdó Èkìtì káàkiri gbogbo Yorùbá Fúlàní jí wa gbé wọn pa wá so ìdí nìta fi rò pé wọ́n fẹ́ tà káwọ ọ̀dọ́ ká jáde fúnra ká fight ẹ̀tọ́ wa ká béèrè right wa lọ́wọ́ àkókò yìí so ìdí nìyẹn tí mo fi ń ṣe pé ẹni Fúlàní ẹ̀sìn náà jí ni gbé ni ó kò lórí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá.
Igangan báyìí ṣé ẹ lè sọ pé peace ti padà síbẹ̀ báyìí.
Àlàáfíà ti wà ní gẹ́gẹ́ àwọn ará gàngán confam ẹ̀pá àlàáfíà ti wà so kéde ẹ̀sìn bẹ̀ nìkan mo sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ síwájú pé kì í ṣe ìgàngán nìkan ni àjẹkára gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá pátápátá lápapọ̀ láti máa béèrè ẹ jẹ́ ká dúpẹ́ lọ́lọ́ ká dúpẹ́ lọ gómìnà Ògùn state náà fúnra wọn náà sọ pé àwọn nífẹ̀ẹ́ wọ́n fi hàn pé àwọn nífẹ̀ẹ́ àwọn tí àwọn ń ṣèjọba lé lórí because tí gómìnà bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ àwọn mẹ̀kúnnù tó ń ṣèjọba lé lórí Ògùn state kò ní gbà wá láyè pé káwá fèsì àwọn Fúlàní ẹ̀sìn mẹ́rin náà so fúnra ìjọba ló sọ pé ó ti tó gẹ́ fáwọn Fúlàní ẹ̀sìn mẹ́rin torí pé àwọn tóun ń ṣèjọba lé lórí lẹ́ ń pa so ìdí nìyí tá fi wá sóògùn state lẹ́nu.
ṣé táwọn pàdé tẹ́tí ní gómìnà báyìí.
mi ti rí wọn but èmi wò pé ibi tó ju ìjàmbá wà lẹ́ka kọ́kọ́ lọ tàbá lé àwọn Fúlàní tàbá lé tán a máa padà lọ bá ìjọba láti kí wọn.
àtẹwọ́.
à ń lọ sí yewa là ń lọ báyìí torí pé a rí pé ibẹ̀ gangan ni àwọn Fúlàní ajínigbé yìí ni wọ́n ti ń ṣe jàǹbá fún àwọn ọmọ Ògùn state púpọ̀ jù so ibẹ̀ gangan là ń lọ sí báyìí.
a gbọ́ pé àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá wọ́n ń gbàgbọ́ ní fún ṣóòtọ́ ni àbí ẹ rí support látọ̀kọ́ Yorùbá.
èmi ò tí ì rí Yorùbá kankan tí mo lè sọ pé gbàgbọ́ ni ṣe ti understand because gbogbo Yorùbá ló dìde ìjà bá ń jà ìjà gbogbo Yorùbá ni ẹ lè rí pé àti mùsùlùmí àti Christian gbogbo ẹnìbọn ní ń jà kì í ṣe pé jà Ìgbòho nìkan gbogbo wa là ń jà gbogbo Yorùbá ló ń jà kì í ṣe pé Yorùbá kan ń gbé àbọ̀dẹ̀fẹ́ nìkan kan káde dúpẹ́ lọ́gbọ̀ àwọn tó wà ní diaspora rí gbogbo ọ̀nà dìde tán so gbogbo àwọn ọba náà ti dìde gbogbo àwọn ọba ti dìde everybody ti dìde kò sí pé bóyá Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò náà dìde ó ń bínú so gbogbo àlà ń bínú papọ̀ kì í ṣe pé Yorùbá kan ń ságbàbọ̀dẹ̀ so ìjà tá ń jà ìjà gbogbo Yorùbá ni ọ̀dẹ̀ ti jókòó ẹ̀ náà kò sẹ́ náà. Family wa gbogbo ẹ̀gbọ́n tó ń bẹ lókè òkun ò lè wálé ẹ̀rù ń bà wọ́n kọ́mọ jí wọn gbé gbogbo express ọ̀nà Èkó ń bí káàkiri ọ̀nà Oǹdó Èkìtì káàkiri gbogbo Yorùbá Fúlàní jí wa gbé wọn pa wá so ìdí nìta fi rò pé wọ́n fẹ́ tà káwọ ọ̀dọ́ ká jáde fúnra ká fight ẹ̀tọ́ wa ká béèrè right wa lọ́wọ́ àkókò yìí so ìdí nìyẹn tí mo fi ń ṣe pé ẹni Fúlàní ẹ̀sìn náà jí ni gbé ni ó kò lórí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá.
Igangan báyìí ṣé ẹ lè sọ pé peace ti padà síbẹ̀ báyìí.
Àlàáfíà ti wà ní gẹ́gẹ́ àwọn ará gàngán confam ẹ̀pá àlàáfíà ti wà so kéde ẹ̀sìn bẹ̀ nìkan mo sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ síwájú pé kì í ṣe ìgàngán nìkan ni àjẹkára gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá pátápátá lápapọ̀ láti máa béèrè ẹ jẹ́ ká dúpẹ́ lọ́lọ́ ká dúpẹ́ lọ gómìnà Ògùn state náà fúnra wọn náà sọ pé àwọn nífẹ̀ẹ́ wọ́n fi hàn pé àwọn nífẹ̀ẹ́ àwọn tí àwọn ń ṣèjọba lé lórí because tí gómìnà bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ àwọn mẹ̀kúnnù tó ń ṣèjọba lé lórí Ògùn state kò ní gbà wá láyè pé káwá fèsì àwọn Fúlàní ẹ̀sìn mẹ́rin náà so fúnra ìjọba ló sọ pé ó ti tó gẹ́ fáwọn Fúlàní ẹ̀sìn mẹ́rin torí pé àwọn tóun ń ṣèjọba lé lórí lẹ́ ń pa so ìdí nìyí tá fi wá sóògùn state lẹ́nu.
ṣé táwọn pàdé tẹ́tí ní gómìnà báyìí.
mi ti rí wọn but èmi wò pé ibi tó ju ìjàmbá wà lẹ́ka kọ́kọ́ lọ tàbá lé àwọn Fúlàní tàbá lé tán a máa padà lọ bá ìjọba láti kí wọn.
àtẹwọ́.
à ń lọ sí yewa là ń lọ báyìí torí pé a rí pé ibẹ̀ gangan ni àwọn Fúlàní ajínigbé yìí ni wọ́n ti ń ṣe jàǹbá fún àwọn ọmọ Ògùn state púpọ̀ jù so ibẹ̀ gangan là ń lọ sí báyìí.
a gbọ́ pé àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá wọ́n ń gbàgbọ́ ní fún ṣóòtọ́ ni àbí ẹ rí support látọ̀kọ́ Yorùbá.
èmi ò tí ì rí Yorùbá kankan tí mo lè sọ pé gbàgbọ́ ni ṣe ti understand because gbogbo Yorùbá ló dìde ìjà bá ń jà ìjà gbogbo Yorùbá ni ẹ lè rí pé àti mùsùlùmí àti Christian gbogbo ẹnìbọn ní ń jà kì í ṣe pé jà Ìgbòho nìkan gbogbo wa là ń jà gbogbo Yorùbá ló ń jà kì í ṣe pé Yorùbá kan ń gbé àbọ̀dẹ̀fẹ́ nìkan kan káde dúpẹ́ lọ́gbọ̀ àwọn tó wà ní diaspora rí gbogbo ọ̀nà dìde tán so gbogbo àwọn ọba náà ti dìde gbogbo àwọn ọba ti dìde everybody ti dìde kò sí pé bóyá Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò náà dìde ó ń bínú so gbogbo àlà ń bínú papọ̀ kì í ṣe pé Yorùbá kan ń ságbàbọ̀dẹ̀ so ìjà tá ń jà ìjà gbogbo Yorùbá ni ọ̀dẹ̀ ti jókòó ẹ̀ náà kò sẹ́ náà.
ọmọ Ìbàràpá lápapọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ àdúgbò lọ́wọ́ àti ọmọ Yorùbá lápapọ̀ tìlé tó kó ẹ̀mí àpọ̀ ẹ̀bá nǹkan mọ Adéyẹmọ Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho orúkọ ńlá tí ń jámọ̀ láyà bí ara orúkọ tó ń dẹrù bo lórúkọ gan-an ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ má sọ torí pé bùrà a kò lè fojú gbogbo láyé títa ríro lọ́dà kọlà wúrà tó máa dán alànà kọjá dandan ọ̀wọ́n ẹ̀rín ní má bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ̀nà ẹ̀dá kan lè ṣe wà lọ́nà mọ́ ẹgbẹ́ àtìmọ̀ṣọ́ sọ́ká lè lè kiri ẹ̀jẹ̀ àjọ gbárùkù ti Sunday Ìgbòho ṣá ọmọ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ nílùú alágbàdo òde ọmọ alápẹ̀pẹ̀ wọnú omi ọmọ lèdèrè wodò sọ̀yà ìsọ̀yà òrẹ́ràn bàbá yín láàrin yìí omi kò sí náà nǹkan sí yín lẹ́nu ọmọ òkúta mẹ́ta òkè Ìgbòho ìkan ṣe yín ní dábàdàbọ̀ ìkan ní mọ́ rọra ìkan tó kù nígbà tí wọ́n mọ̀ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ kí ló dé Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ sí ọmọ òpópó sọ́ràn ìgbàgede Ìgbòho sùn wọn lálàìsí bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọn ní kó ní bẹ̀rẹ̀ ó máa kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ ẹ̀sìn òní bímọ méjì ní Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀sìn bá bímọ méjì ní Ìgbòho áfíkàn pọpọ sísí amúkan yòókù bọ sànyà àtúmúyà rẹ tí ò lọ́rọ̀ gbọ́ áfíṣẹrù wálé wàrà lòdì ọmọ onílé ọ̀la àwọn àjèjì tó ń ṣe ṣèṣèṣe tọ́láwọn oníbomi kó símú wọn láwọn oníbomi sànyà wẹ́sẹ̀ gbàgbójú obìnrin kọ́ gbogbo wọn náà sáré bomi kó símú wọ́n sì bomi sànyà wẹ́sẹ̀ ọmọ abẹ́rẹ́ mẹ́ta òde ayé ọ̀kan ṣẹ́ ọ̀kan tẹ̀ ọ̀kan tó kù ní gbogbo ayé lọ́jọ́ kiri gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá Sunday Ìgbòho oníire rẹ̀ láéláé torí àbá lásán nìkan ń dá òkúta òṣèṣe fún wọn ìmọ̀ràn lásán ní ti balùwẹ̀ ó pọ̀ sí ibodòdò láyé yìí ó kù díẹ̀ tí tọ́ domi láéláé ìtọ́ nílé domi Sunday Ìgbòho arógun mákìtì tó ń jà fẹ́fẹ́ Yorùbá láti ilé tó kó.
And a very good morning and welcome once again as we kickstart the Monday conversation. My name is OLAMILEKAN and I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good morning Eunice. Definitely it's almost late on the other side of the globe. Mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá káàkiri ibikíbi tí ẹ bá ti ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa tí ẹ ti ń wò wá ní ọmọdé ní tàgbàlagbà ẹni ní 15th of May 2023. The time zone is different in different part of the world. My transmission is coming from London. This platform believes that Nigeria is not working and it needs to break up so that we can save as many lives as possible. Kudos to all the freedom fighters around the world. Kudos to those that are asking for a right to self-determination in Scotland. Kudos to those Ambazonians that are asking for the right to self-determination. Kudos as well to the Biafra that do also want the right to self-determination. Likewise, the Yoruba people, Nigeria is not going to work. 63 years from now, it will still be a failed country. At exactly 4:43 a.m., we start from here.
Impediment to Yoruba development is the impediment to Yoruba development. Without Nigeria, we won't be where we are. 160, we were far ahead of South Korea and North Korea. We were far ahead of China even. We had television before France. We had radio before South Africa. Now look at where we are today. I think it's a shame that even any Yoruba man can be talking about restructuring at this point in time. What are we restructuring? This country that is already shot to pieces? I don't think that's what we want. But they are always talking about giving Nigeria a chance. The process of Yoruba with Nigeria has come to an end.
If you don't allow we Biafrans to go, that zoological republic called Nigeria will be a worse place than Somalia, and today it is happening. And if you have not applied for your Somalian visa, please try and do so. That's the Somali visa. Try and do so as quickly as possible because the zoo is on the path of destruction, and there is nothing man can do to reverse it. Mark today's date and what I'm telling you. Nigeria will be destroyed beyond human comprehension.
Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits. They kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you all die one by one.
They wanted to be separate from the country that the British Empire had imposed on us, which was this country of Nigeria, where they kind of took a bunch of independent nations who don't have anything to do with each other, don't even speak each other's language, don't relate. Many of them were even enemies and warring at the time. Smushed them all together and drew these arbitrary lines around them and called them countries and named those countries.
Right.
And said, now y'all get along and do a country for us and be a union for us. And then go through contentious, bloody independence processes that never really yield any real independence. You're still part of a Commonwealth afterwards. True. And you have the eternal meddling in your affairs and the eternal extraction of your resources. And the eternal fomenting of divisiveness and infighting in order to be able to control you. This is what an oppressor does, a colonizer does. These are tactics and strategies of dominance.
Right.
We were subjected to that as a larger unit of Nigeria. And then when the Igbo people said, we want our own thing, let's go and do that. Well, it so happened to be that the territory that this new country of Biafra was going to be in included very, very rich oil reserves. And the British were not going to let go of that.
Wow.
And the people that they had put in power, their puppet Nigerian governments weren't going to do that either because they needed it for the Nigerian project.
Right.
And Britain needed it for its own interests and uses. So Great Britain got directly involved in this civil war and in the war for independence and decided that they would do everything to make sure that Biafra did not go.
Wow.
And this everything meant directly funding genocide of the people of Biafra.
General Langley, I have constituents that have been scattered across Africa on train and equip missions. So just ballpark in the last decade, how many Africans has the United States military trained and equipped?
Congressman, I don't have that figure. I can get that figure for you.
Ballpark, just how many?
Congressman, it would be a wild guess.
Seems like something we should know, right?
Over the years, we have trained a substantial number, especially in the Gulf of Guinea states. But
including more than 10,000?
It is more than 10,000.
More than 50,000?
I'd say we're reaching around 50,000 at least.
And what percentage of the people we've trained end up participating in insurrections or coups against their own government?
Very small number. Congressman, very small number.
So what percentage do you think?
I'd say probably less than 1%.
But it does happen.
The IMF program is in force, and we've pushed a significant number to our schools across the...
And what data sets do you track to arrive at the conclusion that less than 1% of the roughly 50,000 that we've trained have participated in coups? Because it'd be like about 500. About 1% of 50,000.
Congressman, you may have that information. I don't at this time.
Well, I know there's some, right? Like go ahead and throw up that image. This is Colonel Mamade Doumbouya, and this is a photo of him. Did we train and equip him? In Guinea?
By name, I cannot identify that.
Well, that guy in the middle with the big red hat, Colonel Mamade Doumbouya, that's him with a bunch of U.S. service members outside of our embassy. And just months after this photo was taken, in 2021, he led a coup in Guinea and threw out the leader. Does that concern you?
Congressman, core values is what we start off with in IMA programs.
Do we share core values with Colonel Doumbouya?
Core values. I will repeat that. Core values.
Respect for humanity. Do we share those values with Colonel Doumbouya?
Absolutely. In our curriculum.
He led a coup.
We do.
Okay, that's a very telling answer. In Burkina Faso, did we share core values with the leader that we trained there who led a coup?
It's in our curriculum.
We stress core values, request civilian-led governance.
Hold on. Is leading coups in our curriculum?
Absolutely not.
So
Civilian-led.
My question is, do we share core values with the coup leader in Burkina Faso, who we trained?
Holistically, we teach core values with respect for civilian governance, apolitical, and that's what sticks across a very high percentage in the over 95%.
But not everybody. And I wonder how many people it takes to plan a coup. I mean, initially you didn't know how many we trained and equipped. Then you said it was 1%. You had no basis for that 1% number because there's no data set you track. Mr. Chairman, I seek unanimous consent to enter into the record. Another U.S. trained soldier stages a coup in West Africa by the Intercept.
Without objection, so
And I further seek unanimous consent to enter into the record. U.S. forces trained the beginning colonel behind the recent coup in West African country, and this is regard to Guinea.
Without objection, so ordered.
So I guess the question is, why should U.S. taxpayers be paying to train people who then lead coups in Africa?
Congressman, our curriculum harvests core values and also to be able to embolden these countries for a representative democracy.
But General, that democracy isn't what emerges. The problem is, I know you may have great confidence in what you're teaching, but when two governments have been overthrown, I guess how many governments have to be overthrown by people we train before you sort of get the message that our core values might not be sticking with everyone? Is it 5 countries? 10?
We'll continue our persistence in ensuring
but do you think
that they harbor democratic norms, democratic values.
Just a moment ago, you said we shared core values with Colonel Doumbouya. You said that just moments ago in response to my question, and his core value seems to be leading a coup. So I don't think it's stuck. I think we should at least know how many countries we train the coup plotters in. How many is too many? Because clearly 2 is not too many, and I think we could use our resources far more effectively than doing this.
If I may just yes, who was also arrested, right? I've written severally on it that he should also, because his determination for Oduduwa Republic is not a crime known international law. And that's the point I'm trying to make. That's the point I'm trying to raise with you. If it were not signaled to non-state actors and other ethnic agitators.
Sorry about that. Good morning once again. I think we lost that video. Let's try and get that video back up and running quickly. But before that, let's just do this.
Other countries were refused at first. But we have to remember, and this is a really important point, that self-determination is an inalienable international right and a law as well. And other countries will recognise Scotland's democratic choice expressed at the ballot box. They will recognise that because that is the route that many other countries have taken in order to become independent. And just to make that point, that international law is very pragmatic on that point, so we should have confidence in that. Other countries...
Yes, who was also arrested, right? I've written severally on it that he should also, because his determination for Oduduwa Republic is not a crime known international law. And that's the point I'm trying to make. That's the point I'm trying to raise with you. If it were not signaled to non-state actors and other ethnic agitators that they can actually go ahead, in the event that President Muhammadu Buhari really responds to your appeal.
Excuse me, you and I, we are living in Nigeria. You are talking about harmless people who are not armed. Are you not aware that in this country, some Boko Haram, some people accused of Boko Haram, were released and traded for others by way of quid pro quo? They said they will release some of us, then we will release some of the detained citizens. Are you not aware that that has gone on in this country? So what is the bad precedent of saying a non-violent person should be released from detention, from illegal detention, a detention that the United Nations has been found to be illegal and to be unconstitutional and to be torturous. I do not see anything that is setting any bad precedent there in a situation where, as a matter of fact, some Boko Haram and armed bandits are being released in exchange for some of their members, where kidnappers are demanding from parents of children they have kidnapped to buy tarodo, tatache, tomatoes, vegetable oil, palm oil, uba, to buy salt, to buy rice, for them, beans, yams, for them to feed their children so as to keep them alive, to enable the parents to ransom for them. What is the long precedent here that we are just saying find a political solution by going through the tenets and the provisions of the law? I do not personally see anything wrong with that at all, and there is none that I know of. And I cannot see it leading to any floodgate or any resurgence by other people coming to say, criminals coming to say, you must also give me reprieve. It does not happen that way. How many Nnamdi Kanus do you have in Nigeria? And how many Sunday IGBOHOs do you have in Nigeria? These are people who have carried the spectre of their people on their heads, and they have become a metaphor for their self-determination struggle.
Thinking about how we've been having this conversation about the unity of Nigeria. And I reflect back at some of the prominent statements made by some of our founding leaders. And I feel that probably this would help us to have a conversation on the Nigerian unity. I just brought forth, not to bore you. First, and I quote, not my statement, Nigeria is not a nation. It's a mere geographical expression. There are no Nigerians in the same sense as there are English, Welsh, or French. The word Nigerian is merely a distinctive appellation to distinguish those who live within the boundaries of Nigeria from those who do not. This is accredited to Chief Obafemi Awolowo, the former Prime Minister of the Western Region. The second one, and I quote, it is true that we politicians always delight in talking loosely about the unity of Nigeria. 60 years ago, there was no country called Nigeria. What is now Nigeria consisted of several large and small communities, all of which were different in their outlooks and beliefs. The advent of the British and that of Western education has not materially altered the situation. And the many and varied communities have not knit themselves into a composite unit. This is accredited to Sir Amadu Bello, former Premier of the Northern Region. The third, and I quote, since 1914, the British government has been trying to make Nigeria into one country. But the Nigerian people themselves are historically different in their backgrounds, in their religious beliefs and customs, and do not show themselves any sign of willingness to unite. The Nigerian unity is only a British intention for the country.
She said again. No going back. Ìgbòho òòṣà iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ tẹ̀síwájú. Mr. Koiki ẹ ṣé o, àwọn ọmọ mi ló ń kí yín o. Àwọn ọmọ mi ló ń kí yín o. Lágbára Ọlọ́run, a máa délẹ̀ lérí o lórúkọ Jésù. Yorùbá nation.
Yeah, there was a bit of echo towards that because there was the other side was open. Well, that's the job when you are running a one-man broadcasting that is different from your Sky News, your BBC, your Al Jazeera, your WION. They have a lot of funding, and that literally means that they have a lot of people that are working for them. Very good morning and welcome once again to the live transmission. My name is OLAMILEKAN, and I say good morning and a week start from today again, depending on where you are. As of Aku Ojoaje. My name is Olayomi Koiki. This is Koikimedia. 1 minute past 5. I decided to take the first 26 minutes of the broadcast to just remind us the way the world works. As many Nigerians might probably do not understand the international relationship. Nigeria is a country that has a lot of stakeholders around the world. Every country has the reason why they want Nigeria to continue to function. But the functionality of Nigeria, for how long it's going to last, I don't know. But what I do know is there will not be any Nigeria in the next 63 years. That for sure. The name Nigeria will be erased from the map of the world. You do not have to believe what I say. But with the current spark of things happening in Nigeria, with the current situation that Nigeria is going through presently, United Kingdom had a big influence when it comes to the global world. United Kingdom was a real stakeholder in adjusting, disturbing, changing the identity of so many people around the world. And as we've told you so many times, part of those that the country as of today that were changed are those that you're looking right behind me. Countries in their numbers from 1973 to 1978, different countries, even up to United States of America, had to fight their way out of what is called Britain. Britain was very, very powerful during the colonial rule. Extremely powerful. So they were able to have their influence in different parts of the world. But how those influence is going to reflect between now and the next 63 years on Nigeria, definitely that is going to be a tough one for them. Britain would not be able to have that same influence that they had some almost 63 years of what we have today. Because when you look at 1960 to today, we're probably heading towards 64 years by the end of October 1st, when Nigeria celebrates its independence. Nigeria was never independent. What we had was just to get us out of what we can believe that we are independent. The existence of Nigeria is crumbling. And it's crumbling because more indigenous people are asking questions, wants to know who really they are, as against who we are told we are. Two different things. Afẹ́mọ̀ ẹni tí a jẹ́, ó yàtọ̀ sí afẹ́mọ̀ pé nǹkan báyìí ni wọ́n ní ká máa jẹ́. We have been told lies. Mungo Park founded the River Niger. It's all lies, bullshit. And all these has literally distorted the brains of so many Nigerians that they think that by the name Nigeria we can go and manage ourselves, even if we don't like each other. But one thing is, independence of the Yorubas, the Biafra, the Ijaw, the Hausa would eventually happen. When, I don't know. But with the spate of things that is going on, not just in Nigeria, around the world, we are not the only countries as at 2023 demanding that we need to review who we are. This is a live transmission, and I say good morning once again to each and everyone that have joined us. The country Nigeria that you love so much will stop being a country. It does not matter tomorrow, next year. You would have a different identity. Once again, a very good morning. You will get a different identity as against the identity that you have presently. The identity that we have now is based on what Tafawa Balewa, Nnamdi Azikiwe, Saldana, and our own icon, Baba Awolowo, fought here from London from 1957 up to 1958 that led into the 1960 election that was rigged by the British government to favor the northern part of Nigeria today. Having a Yoruba man in Nigeria will not give you back that regional government. It's a waste of time. Bola Tinubu, I've told you, would not be able to take the Yoruba people back. And if he attempts to change anything that the North would not prefer, then there will be a civil war in Nigeria, and we must prepare our mind for crisis. We are just about less than 14 days, if I'm right, to the inauguration. But the military are also speaking based on the news coming from Sahara Reporter yesterday that I'm going to share with us. The name Nigeria was never a country at the beginning of the centuries. It was during the expedition of the Portuguese and so many other countries like Britain that found their way into what is known as Nigeria today. But prior to that, we were never Nigerians. We were a kingdom. The France and most of all these countries that came to destabilize what was met. And that literally means that they disturbed the peace of the people. But today, some of their children are complaining. I've been following a particular page on Twitter that continue to bring out different things of immigration and all sorts. And I keep asking myself, I love this. Let me show you my back end as I'm preparing to take us into the conversation. I've just picked something from Antonio Guterres, the United Nations General Secretary, about Article 1. It is easy for them to tell you all this, but they will not tell you that Nigeria should break. So if anybody is waiting for the United Nations to break us, you would wait forever. Once again, a very good morning. Article 1, I am born free and equal, and all human beings should be treated in the same way. That is not for Nigerians. Tobatin Soile, they are not talking to Nigerians because Nigeria is not a country. They're probably talking to somebody like me that lives in UK, that the UK government must make sure that I am born free and equal, just like the lesbian have the right, the gay people has the right. But Nigerians do not have the right. And you keep asking yourself, how did we get to where we are? Good morning once again from different parts of the globe. As you can tell there, when Antonio Guterres is saying that we are all born and equal, He's not talking to those of you in Nigeria, so just rule that out. He's talking to me and those that lives in the western part of the world. But in any part of Africa, you are not born to be free, and you will never be equal. The reason why you will never be equal is because that is what has been set as the status quo. And the status quo means that, good morning to you, our grandmothers, GR1, Grace Senior JP, good morning to those of you in US, Ayomikon, Anthony, AJs, Omolubaka, and happy birthday to Omoba of Odua TV under Citizen AY. Maze, good morning. Eunice, good morning in Canada. We are never born equal, as you can tell from here. I need to save this image. Under the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, I've played that so many times, and I didn't even play that at the beginning of today's program, but I think I should do. Because when you read all these, you keep asking yourself, are we truly equal in the eyes of the world? Or is this just all kind of propaganda lies? They keep telling us lies. We are equal. Well, we might be equal according to what we believe, whether you believe in your own institution. And when I mean institution, I'm talking about our own tradition. And I think Simon Ekpa, you can tell that myself and Simon Ekpa, we work on the same energy. This is Simon Ekpa, and I can tell you he has already commented on that tweet, which is why I said we can never be like the Biafra. They do not joke when it comes to the Twitter, but the Yorubas are still backwards when it comes to Twitter. Twitter is the engagement in the new era of media. Simon Ekpa wrote back under these, and you can see that is Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile, a human rights activist, also the CEO, senior legal advisor at Ekpa and Co. in Finnish, also a politician. Why is it that the Yoruba people then always attack the Biafra as if that we are better off them? They are not waiting for any one of us. But we pray that we will continue to support the leadership of our father, which a lot of us do not want to agree with. Under Professor Adebanji Akintoye, the leader of the Yoruba self-determination movement. Because everybody wants to be a leader. And we cannot all be a leader in one particular aircraft. The plane is going to crash. Simon Ekpa has been handling the affairs of the Biafra since the kidnap and rendition of their leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And the Biafra, as divided as they are like ours, have continued to listen and take instruction from him. But we don't want to take instruction because we believe that Professor Adebanji Akintoye is not worth taking instruction from. So everybody just want to set up their own small little, groups as if they started the movement. When Professor Banji Akintoye and the small numbers of people decided to bring out the highlight that we are now calling Yoruba Nation Movement today, none of those groups, even Dr. Victor Taiwo, that told us he has been running the Yoruba Nation for 20 years, none of us known about it in abroad. Nobody knew anything about it. So we continue to appreciate and give kudos to Professor Adebanji Akintoye. And that bastard woman that came along the line telling you all kind of rubbish. One of the biggest scammer of 2022. A shame will come very soon. And those of you that continue to listen to that garbage, telling you she has declared a Yoruba nation, born bastard. Some of you will come back and apologize to Professor Adebanji Akintoye. It's just a matter of time. Tẹ́ bá rò pé àwa máa dẹ̀yìn lẹ́yìn bàbá ẹ̀, ẹ̀ ń parọ́ fúnra yín. Gbogbo yín pátápátá lẹ máa fẹnu yín gbolẹ̀. 1978, this man started writing the history of the Yoruba people, 1978. Some of you were not born. Some of you were born. You think that he doesn't know what he's doing when he started writing the history of Yoruba people. Kila fin sọ pé lẹ́ni pé history wa what it destroyed. This man was trying to make sure that our history was out there. In 78, he started sketching it. While your own parents were running around doing rubbish. And you now think that you can destroy him. You will never destroy him. We will destroy you all before you destroy him. Even bomb bastard of those of you in diaspora, you know the broke then is showing bomb bastard. We will give him all the support that he needs while he continues to work diligently. Olórí burúkú ìyá onídọ̀tí tó dé that think that she can destroy this movement. She has failed. And that's why she cannot put her face out anymore. Let's continue with the program. As we appreciate him, we appreciate Chief Ayiloge, the total body of the YSDM known as the Yoruba Self-Determination Movement. We appreciate all the other platforms as well, from the Global Directorate to Iba Gani Adams, and likewise to those that are working in different categories, as small, as big as you can do. We must not relent, because the world is telling us that we are all born free and equal. That is a total deceit. This is the lies that the world tells you. Aye mama sọ fẹ́yìn pé ẹ má worry. There's Article 1, but it does not reflect on you as Nigerians. So if anybody is telling you, and let's quickly read what Simon Ekpa replied back straight away. This is what we expect our people to be doing. We go under those tweets, we retweet it, we make sure we comment on it. Not just come here and then you argue with ourselves on the live transmission. We should be on Twitter. Simon Ekpa wrote back, you will continue to be hypocritically in everything you recognize that Biafrans are human and deserves the same human right. At Anthony Guterres, we have notified the United Nations of the impending danger in Nigeria. You continue to pretend you are playing politics. I want you to take note of what Simon Ekpa is saying there. The United Nations is pretending that they are playing politics until we are all faced with another Sudan. There will be crisis in Nigeria. I don't care whatever you think, whatever your position is. Nigeria is really at the verge of breakup. Whether there will be civil war or not, I will be on the ground. I've told you that. And I pray for crisis as quickly as possible so that we can destroy that entity that the British government created, because they've not given us the room under the fake country for what we can call referendum. Again, that is what the United Nations is telling us. But in reality, and you can tell that the Biafra do not joke. You can see as many of them there continue to comment with other countries around the world. You can tell that I've picked up as many Biafrans under this tweet. You can see them there. You can see them there because they are there. We are not there. What we do is, we are looking for Ashiri Nla, Ashiri Koko, Ashiri Ole. That's what we are looking for. You can see that the Biafrans are there. You can see there. They keep posting underneath. So that is why their own is out there, because the Biafra are out there because they continue to engage. You can tell that as many Biafrans have sent a message right under that tweet. You can tell, you can see. I hardly can see any Yoruba people there. And when the Biafra asks us, are we really serious about this movement? It's because they hardly see, not that they've got their country, not that they're better off us, but they are doing what they call engagement. You can tell, look at them. They are there. You can see the Biafrans are there. Because since Simon Ekpa has gone there, they are there as well. So I'm going to put mine as well underneath. fake United Nation, free our people from bondage. And when I retweet it, it's up to you to go and retweet from my platform. And if you don't retweet, it's not a problem. And I also highlight there and I click a reply, so I have my own as well, and I then retweet it as well. So you go and pick that from my own Twitter as well, and we move further swiftly. Once again, a very good morning. Let's look at the Alba Party. We're going to come back to this article later. Military officers have wrote to Presidency and the Senate and others and promised to force radical change to save Nigeria if evil continue. What do they mean by radical change? Is that going to be a coup? Are they going to start killing each other so that they can save Nigerians? Keep that in your mind. The Yoruba elite and the other elite within Nigeria continue to pretend as if nothing is happening in Nigeria. One day, those Nigerians will hit you up raw. Raw. 5:21 a.m. live from London. Let's first listen to Professor James Carl Lindsay that talks about the Scottish National Party that elected a new leader. I do not own the copyright, it's just for educational purpose.
The Scottish National Party elected a new leader, and Scotland gained a new First Minister. 38-year-old Hamza Yusuf will now lead.
38 years old. You, the 38 years old, still riding Okada, riding Marua, born bastard. And you come here, you think you know better when we tell you to shut up. That Nigeria is not your country. He is 38 years old. He's not even the original British. You can tell from his name. You can tell from his look. But he was born here because his own parents also came to this country. I don't know when. But you, as a true Nigerian, you cannot even contest a local government without going to do rituals. Ẹ kọ́kọ́ lọ dọ̀bálẹ̀, ẹ kọ́kọ́ lọ ṣe ògùn, ẹ kọ́kọ́ lọ swear allegiance, ẹ lọ swear oath torí o kàn fẹ́ jẹ́ local government chairman. This guy is 38 years old. He's now leading the whole of Scotland. Scotland is under Great Britain. Their population is just less than any that you can even think of some of our states. But the woman 38, torí pé olórí burúkú tí Nigeria ti kó bẹ́ẹ̀, tí you cannot fathom, understand that tabagba country tiwa, you will then represent, hey, Koiki, who is going to be our leader? Olushi. Because rira yin as a leader that can lead the Yoruba country, the Yoruba region, the Yoruba province in different part of Yoruba land. You don't say that way. All you see is, Che IGBOHO ló máa lead. Because that's the only thing you can see from your bottom of your born bastard head. But you cannot see anything apart from that. Che ta ló máa lead wa? You know when we first started, that's the question they normally ask me all the time. Mokin Babawa Akalamagbo TV. Sorry, I greeted you a little bit late. I saw you when I was doing all the prep. And all the medias that are underneath, and the Yoruba World Media, the Yedara, Moluka. Queen B, one of you pali dike. Beni kokonba sasiwa ati wo eso fún Queen B pé Koiki ló ń sọ̀rọ̀. Kó lè fẹ́mi náà lè sè. Bẹ́ bá sàṣìwà àtọmọ yín àti grandchildren yín àti gbogbo wọn yín pátápátá ló máa lọ bá. Queen B, I'm talking to you. Well, America ló wà. Koiki lèmi jẹ́ bomb bastard. Yín lórí burúkú gbogbo yín pátápátá. Ẹni ṣoríire. Ìpínlẹ̀ máa gbà. Ìwọ ṣe gbójú bá ó ṣe gbójú jẹ jáde báwa ṣe gbójú tiwa jáde. You lòṣù lórí burúkú. Think that because you're in America, you're better off those at home. Ìbí Nàìjíríà ló kó bá gbogbo wa. Tí wọ́n ṣe Nàìjíríà níṣẹ́ kí wọ́n náà wà l'Amẹ́ríkà. Ṣèbí iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe ní Amẹ́ríkà ṣèbí wà máa ṣe ní Nàìjíríà tó bá yẹ pé Nàìjíríà ṣiṣẹ́. Bomb bastard. I'm talking to you, Queen B. Ẹ send message sí pé Koiki ti fún lọ́sẹ̀ níbí báyìí. Bí nǹkan kan bá ṣe lè dictate tí nǹkan kan rẹ̀ ní ṣe. You will be held responsible. Gbogbo yín pátápátá la máa lé mú. A sì máa para wa ó kù díẹ̀ ni. Nígbà tá a bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí para wa. Ẹ rò pé ẹni family nílé ni. bẹ́ẹ̀ mi ṣe ní family nílẹ̀ iná ní family nílẹ̀ àìtí dé stage yẹn ni gbọ́dọ̀ bá dé stage yẹn ẹ̀ mọ̀ pé tí gbogbo agbédá ní kò ṣeré bomb bastard. 38 years old is the young man leading Scotland. Now the Shiluri Buruku Yoruba bomb bastard, they'll be coming there asking who is going to lead when we get the Yoruba nation. Tinubu, I pray for his good health, but as I speak right now, in France, change his blood, give him a blood that is smaller, continue to use him for practical at 70 plus. There's nothing wrong because Joe Biden is old man as well and he's still contesting. But we are talking about the future of the Yoruba people. This guy is now telling Britain that we must ask again for referendum, even though the conservative under the England of the Westminster will allow Scotland to have another referendum. I was saying this earlier yesterday during my broadcast that I was going to show you. So let's listen to it briefly.
Scottish efforts to break away from the United Kingdom and become a separate sovereign state.
Break away is not something that you should be shying away from. Koiki, why do you want to break away? Because you are stupid. You don't understand the word break away. Break away is break away. Break away is break away. Disintegrate is disintegrate. Oma Doguni, it doesn't matter. On Jagunlawa in Ukraine, does not matter. And I don't want anybody to come and be telling, hey, Koiki, hey, you want to my bogun shiri? One bastard. Then the Queen be on my lini, Lori Buruku. A song Koiki sobe, who fame on the audio. The Dafu Bugui, Equile Mama Baguin Barapata. Bomb bastard. Separate sovereign state is not something we'll be shying away from. Mokimomi were allowed this. 37 years old, some of our children have left university for the five years ago. Do you know why? Because Britain does not want you to be surviving. You want to lower visa, Nigeria. If you get one to UK, I wish you best of luck. I do not do visa, but I feel a ticket. That's in London. My elder sister just completed a traveling agent for ticket, not visa. And you could buy that ticket anywhere in the world with discount. So reach out to me, I'll connect you. It's my elder sister, Onimoteli. If I promote anything, but I'm promote Moteli. And I will stay with her over the weekend, celebrating her beautiful birthday. So if you want to buy a ticket, you're traveling, you have to book holiday in December. Just like the same book a lot of agent, they don't fake agent. So reach out to me, anybody. She'll be able to work things around. And she loves traveling. She travels a lot. So she decided to go and do a course on that. This is what we are saying to our people. In Tobago, a lot of course. My mom went back to university at 67 years old. Moki Aziz. This is how we want you all to live a better life. When you politics, I'm a sagun sirani, eti lo fogun sibi ibi sit en to fe joko. The boboten wo niwaju yi is 37 years old. This is the future that we are talking about. E wo baby to wa lẹ́yìn, probably maybe under 30. E bo shin smart. If you remain in Nigeria, you will not represent even your own local government because Emaloma Dobale found godfatherism. They have it all over the world. Politics is something that, yes, we will not only system to one, but to remain in Nigeria, we are finding it very difficult, to protect and save our people from Ondo State to Kwara State to Kogi State to Oyo State to Ekiti State to Ogun State to Lagos State. I'm just speaking in between this video because it come on a video here. But the same message Simani or reply me. That is why we say to you that I have to move away. So let me just move a little bit away. Fellowship. This Baba man professor will comment or reply. That tells you that this is how we, in we declare country. Nino furufu uloshi woman, lori buruku woman, to de la ni meji. Pẹ̀lú àwọn olóṣì ẹ̀ tọ́jọ́ ń ṣèṣì káàkiri bí àwọn aṣẹ́wó lórí social media. Let me show you the email response back from this man. Can you see it? You line there's information is not something you keep. To declare confirm information. You can see that comments are there. Monique, you should please talk about Yoruba Nation movement going on. This is what we want you to be doing. After Kemalo comment, they will see it, and hopefully we'll do a program on Yoruba Nation. I'm talking about entire video, Professor James Carl Lindsay. I put a comment. My comment is there. But the email to Sofumi to reply me. Just as I said to you that Simon Ekpa sent a message to Anthony Guterres. That is why we say that is part of the engagement. Muki Princess Adekoya, Tokyo 778, and the rest of you that have joined us on the Instagram and the Twitter and the different platforms. The little Taban comments, it goes a long way. Every comments are there. Kinie, what reply me? Thanks so much for the great suggestion. This is certainly only this is certainly on my list of topics. So tabari more people not to long comment is ali titi yalara láti tètè bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá. Tẹ́lẹ̀ bá sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation ayé wa ti dá díẹ̀ nìyẹn. A ti ń bọ́ sínú ọ̀nà tá a sá pé àníjà nìyẹn. But nígbà tẹ́yìn náà bá lọ comment ẹ lọ jókòó pẹ̀lú àwọn tó ń ṣàwọn refra tó wà lórí social media tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ti declare country tó even wọn tó bá declare country ṣé nǹkan sọ nísìnyí ẹ̀kọ́ máa sọ. They're not talking about foreign relationship. They're not talking about implement. Ṣé àwọn nìkan bí àṣà yèyé dára lánàá? Ṣé àwọn nìkan lórúkọ àwọn ṣe government ni? Ṣé ẹ fi pé ariwo tèmi pa fún àwa atájọ wà lórí social media yìí ni mo pariwo fún ni? No! That's why I said, Yèyé Dára said it yesterday on our program that I watched. Ṣé fi pé Yorùbá nation yìí fún ara wa nìkan ni? Ṣé ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn tí wọ́n support wa àwọn náà gbọ́dọ̀ wà nínú Yorùbá country yẹn? Èwo lórí burúkú kọ́ làwọn they can't see the future quickly, and that's why we have to continue to tell you the future. Ẹgbọ́n kan tí professor yẹn kọ, ó ní thanks for the much great suggestion. 18 hours ago ní gbogbo eléyìí. Ẹ wá imagine if we have 300 Yorùbá people ká lọ comment ká dúpẹ́ fún bọ̀bọ́ yìí pé bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Yorùbá nation as well. Ká ṣe the same thing pẹ̀lú bí Simon Ekpa. Níṣẹ́ yẹn. Àwọn ọmọ náà Biafra wọ́n ṣe this wọ́n ṣe that ẹ má bá wọn Biafra ṣe o Koiki má bá Biafra ṣe àwọn olórí burúkú olùṣe ọmọ àlè Koiki ẹ má bá wọn Biafra ṣe o but they are moving further than ẹ fi ọmọ àdóde wa ni. This is why we are saying to our people that communication ṣe tí wọn máa hide. This is the communication here and it's also proved here. Nǹkan pè ní technology nìyẹn. Ó send email sí mi at about 18 hours ago ní 14th ìyẹn lánàá. Ìyẹn professor ẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ sọ pé òun máa look into it fún òun àbáwá sọ̀rọ̀ nípa onówà lára list of topics so definitely ó monitor nǹkan tó ń lọ lórí Yorùbá nation ó ti sọ̀rọ̀ lórí Biafra rẹ̀ ó dà kó sọ̀rọ̀ briefly lórí Ìgbòho rí but kò highlight ẹ̀ púpọ̀ mo fẹ́ kó bá wa ṣe fún wọn tó jẹ́ pé Yorùbá nation ni but ó gbọ́dọ̀ lọ ṣe research ẹ̀ díẹ̀ and this is part of the engagement everybody has a word hey Koiki what is the way forward má bí that there what is the way forward. I'm a wasiba stupid people. Ẹ lọ sórí Twitter, irọ́ ẹ lọ sórí Twitter, ẹ lọ engage. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn ọmọ wa tó máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ exam lẹ́nìí. Àṣeyọrí lẹ́yìn máa ṣe. Kò ṣe nínú Nàìjíríà. Bí ọba wa náà máa ṣàṣeyọrí lọ́lọ́ pa. So let's come back here. This is a new leader. Leader lele ní Scotland. Kí ni gbogbo Scotland? What is the whole population of Scotland? You think we come here and come and joke? And me, I was seeing about comment nonsense. They can't see the vision. And do killing that cages of people can break Nigeria. Then that cages on labia on politician. If they're looking row now. You think on deep Dion, I want to on flesh and into the social media. You think they're gonna tell you to we should break up? I want this off on him. About break. The whole population of Scotland is just under 6 million, 5.5. And it only the Gbogbo presently. Only change a lot, but as it is today, Scottish ni lóòótọ́, but generation ne taba gbalo sẹ́yìn kò ṣe ọmọ British kankan. Let's listen to this.
States, but many are now wondering whether hopes for statehood are fading against the backdrop of Brexit, falling public support for separation, and internal divisions within the independence movement.
If we can even be given that opportunity for a referendum, but the referendum is not in the clause. Kò sí nínú clause as it is today, there is no referendum clause under that fraudulent bastard, constitution that was put together by that Olori Buruku man that Omar Shesikoto Huni, Abdul Salam Abubakar Loshi, and brought bastard military, destroy Nigeria, and then the Olori Buruku people came again in Agbada with our Yoruba people, and they start making life miserable for you. I want to church and Loma Gbadura. They say, "Mama, money say, hey, pray for God, Mama Gbadura, pray the way they Mori Kinilano, Saidiri, MFN, kan pín flyer káàkiri, pín flyer òṣì lórí burúkú Mali, pín flyer kan wọ́n níṣẹ́, ṣẹṣẹ nìyẹn kan máa pín flyer Jésù kiri. When the youth are here making decision for the people that will lead them, wọ́n pín flyer òṣì kiri. Ẹ lọ sórí page Saidiri rí bẹ́ẹ̀, with flyer kiri.
There are now real questions about the prospects for success. So, has the quest for an independent Scotland had its moment? Hello and welcome. If you're new to the channel, my name is James Kerr-Lindsay, and here I take an informed look at international relations.
This is what some of our media don't understand. There's what are called international relation, conflict, security, and statehood. And to buy money pay, and come and so jargons in it, just like the nonsense girl you so jargons. Ṣé pátáńlá ni ìdára máa ń pè ẹ ṣáà tí mo bá ń pè ní pátáńlá ọ̀sẹ̀ orúkọ wọn relevant lórí platform wọn pátáńlá nídìí bẹ́ẹ̀ a máa sọ̀kò ní làákàyè kankan látòkè délẹ̀ báyìí kò understand anything ó ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ECOWAS ó ní wọ́n ó náà bàbá send email sí ECOWAS ṣé òun ní copy email yẹn lọ́wọ́ Economic Community of West African States, yes. Headquarters wọn bá wà ní Nàìjíríà nǹkan tí wàhálà bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ ECOWAS máa yá dànù ni ó ní wọ́n send email sí wọn báwo lòun ṣe mọ̀ pé email lọ send ṣé wọ́n send copy sí they just talk nonsense and jagbajantis ṣé gbogbo àṣẹ so ẹ̀yin ọmọ gbogbo èèyàn mọ̀ lẹ́nu nísìnyí pé ṣé wọ́n mọ̀ no so every ojú ń dùn gbogbo wa do you know the stakeholders in Nigeria èdè bẹ́ẹ̀ bá tẹ́ ẹ̀ gbọ́ lórí gbogbo platform àwọn tó kù ṣe débi sọ fún yín níbí báyìí. This platform is a lecture room. Lecture room ni bíbá. O gbọ́dọ̀ ní pen and paper. O gbọ́dọ̀ máa kọ̀ọ̀kan sílẹ̀. This is the country that is not going to let you go. It's not about ECOWAS. N sọ̀rọ̀ ECOWAS ọ̀dẹ̀. Ṣé ECOWAS ló ń rẹ́pọ̀ lọ́wọ́ yín? These are the countries. Ẹ kọ́kọ́ wo crude oil yín. Gbogbo òdo tó ń ra crude oil yín. Ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti India. Ó dé France, Spain, Netherlands, United Kingdom, Germany, South Africa, Cote d'Ivoire, Senegal, Togo, Namibia, Cameroon, Ghana, Benin. Other African countries, United States, South Korea, Turkey, election lọ́dọ̀ tí wọ́n nísìn. Ṣé ìjìnlẹ̀ tó ní wọ́n ti declare country ṣe bí àwọn ṣe election ní lọ́dọ̀ wọn nísìn? Kò ṣe bí bọ́ ṣe ń rán ní Turkey lóyìn àwọn ṣe ń declare country tó kàn sọ jágbajàgba jogbojogbo. Ẹ máa rò pé yẹn ogun lọ́ní làkàyè. Ẹ pé ogun ṣe gbogbo rẹ̀ lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ gbogbo ẹ̀kọ́ ní làkàyè. So country náà fi gbà yẹn nísìn ṣé ara wọn lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ gbà àfi gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tó lórí burúkú ìtòpé rẹ̀ ní Jimmy bọ̀ ṣe wọ́n jókòó sí Amẹ́ríkà òṣì ń parí àwọn fi gbà country. These are the people that are holding you yẹn sọ jágbajàgba ẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ECOWAS àwọn bàbá send email sí wọn ní do you think you can just ask any country papiwari that's why they call it relationship. International, you can't just say to a country that I'm just come and send them my representative. Sometimes you might not even get that, and sometimes the Bama logon say only get the least person to one in the government and no money ko yọjú sí. You think it's easy to just bump into any government? Shower to the government. When we are a government, that is when we will have proper cordial new policy with the UK. Àwọn ọmọ wa fi wá kàwé. Wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ wọlé without visa free. Ìgbà yẹn la máa ṣe negotiation. But presently it cannot happen because Yoruba nation ti ṣe country. Until we are a country, látó máa ẹ farabalẹ̀ kó gbọ́ mi dáadáa ẹ̀yin òmùgọ̀tẹ̀ wà ní ẹ̀yin idiot. À ń sọ fún yín pé that is not the way country operate. Ṣé tẹ bá wá gba country ọ̀hún náà ṣé láàrin ara yín lẹ ti fẹ́ gbà ní? Láàrin ara yín lẹ ti fẹ́ ṣe government ni? Do you know what is called a government? Government kan ní bọ̀bọ̀ ọmọ Scotland run nísìn ó run government on behalf of 5.4 million. So ṣé onítìrì oníburúkú ìyá olùṣe olórí burúkú born bastard woman yẹn ṣé ó fẹ́ run government fún gbogbo àwọn tó jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá nílé ni without their consent àbọ̀ ń ṣe èrè ní gbọ́dọ̀ pọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀mí àmútẹ̀rù fáwọn èèyàn nílà káyè níṣà àṣewó èèyàn tẹ̀ nílà káyè ẹ̀mọ́ tó ń pè ní government ni government is one of the most difficult things to operate òun ti declare country òun ti declare náà nìyẹn lórí àwọn wo ló declare ni lòṣì woman mọ̀mí water woman. Let's continue.
Conflict, security, and statehood. Around the world, there are many groups seeking independence.
Did you hear that? Around the world, there are many groups like the Biafra, the Yoruba, the Albania, the Azerbaijan, the Ambazonia, the Ijaw people. Declaration. Seek independence. Around the world, and that is why Baba Akintoye first went to what they call the UNPO. Because some of you are idiots. That was the first thing Baba Akintoye did with some of the groups, and we continue to appreciate those groups. Even some of them are not working with Baba Akintoye anymore. It does not matter. We still like somebody like my sister Shola Salako. We still have to appreciate them. Wọ́n register sábẹ́ UNPO. Àwọn kan ní UNPO yẹn kìí ṣe àwọn olóṣì tí wọ́n sọ fún wa nípa Yorùbá Nation tẹ́lẹ̀. Baba Akintoye dé sọ nípa Yorùbá Nation. Ó gbé wa lọ sí UNPO. Ṣé rí pé even as at 13th of March, wọ́n sì sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Nigeria. You see, Nigeria political violence, anti-democratic measures shape Rivers State governorship election campaign. And when we went to UNPO, kí ló ń pè ní UNPO? Self-determination. What is the UNPO? It is called the Unrepresented Nations and Peoples Organization. Are we represented in Nigeria as Yoruba people? You think because Bola Tinubu did it, you're going to be represented? You must be crazy. Bola Tinubu gets there, you will not even get a Nigerian passport. I bet you. Because Bola Tinubu cannot be everywhere. Nigeria is a big country as it is right now based on the structure. Bola Tinubu náà lò even tó fi Yorùbá sí immigration wọ́n máa rip you off náà because we know all this bomb bastard Yorùbá elite and he cannot put Yorùbá everywhere, and if he does, then the North will just sit back and wait for him to complete his tenure by 2031. Ẹ máa kọ 2031 ìgbà yẹn ni Bola Tinubu máa ṣe tán 8 years ni mo fún kọ́lọ̀ fún lálàáfíà èmi ìgbàdúrà ikú fún. But when we talk about the people that are asking for the right to self-determination, we are not the only one. According to what Professor James Lindsay is saying there, around the world, there are many groups seeking independence, but not every one of them will get it if you do not put the effort. One of them is Scotland, and that is why they also have what they call the Alba Party. The job of the Alba Party is to tell the Scottish people it is time for independence, which is different from what we don't have. Olórí burúkú ni gbogbo àwọn politician tọ̀dọ̀ ti they are born bastard olóṣè ìpele ẹ̀kẹ́ máa dà sí gbogbo wọn lára ẹ̀ lọ sí mẹ́kà ẹ̀ lọ ń jókòó sí ìyàlẹ̀ àṣetánì wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ yín bẹ́ẹ̀. Àwọn tó ẹ̀kẹ́ máa fún lóko nìyẹn. But these ones now, this political party is structured only for the Scottish people to break away from the 1706 union between Britain and England, or between England and Scotland. That is what. Go and follow them so that you can see their engagement. This man was the former minister. Otilo joined Alba Party. This man is called Alex Salmon. If you don't know him before, let me give you a bit of his background. Otilidi under MSP and party in Scotland is 68 years old. Ronu Scotland Shemadaduro. Alexander Elliot Anderson Salmon is a Scottish politician and economist who served as the first minister of Scotland. Tó bá jẹ́ pé Yorùbá ṣì wà ní under regional government, àwa náà máa lo bí minister just like ẹran regional government bí bàbá olówó ṣe ń ṣe. But nítorí pé wọ́n ti dá gbogbo ẹ̀rú láti the 60s, that's why we are struggling. Ìyẹn ni government ò ṣe dọ́dọ̀ tiẹ̀ ìwọ kàn rò pé kí ló dé tó tíyà ṣe ń jẹ́ torí pé àsì lábẹ́ regional government tí wọ́n sign fún nígbà tí wọ́n gba independence. Òun is a prominent figure in the Scottish nationalist movement. There's nothing wrong in the movement. Yoruba movement Koiki jẹ́ ọ̀la máa gbọ́ tí sú wa ó pẹ́ kó tó sú yín. Ta ló bẹ̀ ń pé kẹwàá nínú ẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀? Tábà àgbà ẹ máa padà wá. Do you think that you, because sort out, Yoruba nation, and then so what? You think that we have the money to fund everybody? That is why we want to take our resources so that everybody will be accounted for, just like I am accounted for in this country, even though this country does not allow me to have any benefit. You think that Yoruba nation have the money, that's why we are saying that we want a system that works so that nobody will be pushing on Mama Torowo. Kò ní dá fún bàbá olórí burúkú Fẹ́mi Olúfẹ́mi, kò ní dá fún yàrá ìyá ẹ̀ olùṣọ́ máa lè. Òun ló máa pa ìyá àti bàbá àti fámílì ẹ̀ olùṣì. Bomb bastard. Ìwọ tó yẹ kí nígbà tó bí ọyẹ kan ti jù ẹ́ sínú òògùn káfí bọ́ òògùn olùṣì. Bomb bastard. Ẹ rò pé mi wá ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti máa ná sojú yín ṣe èrè. Ìyá máa jẹ ṣé gèsè ẹ máa para yín ni. Nílé tá à ń bá bọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ kí Tinubu débẹ̀ ẹ máa para yín. Ẹ máa para yín ẹ para yín ni èèyàn kan lọ gba owó ní 10 million lẹ́kìtì ní bí i 3-4 weeks ago. Ṣèbí inú báńkì lọ́ọ́ ti máa fún wọn ní information kò ti gbọ́ owó. Wọ́n pàdánù ni. Ẹ ṣì máa para yín dànù. So what are we trying to explain to you all? Ni pé there is no political party ní Nigeria as of today don't push effort pé kí Yorùbá nation kó dúró. Every one of them is under APC or PDP or AAC. And none of them has the agenda for the Yoruba people gongo. None of them. Kò sí nǹkan tó ní any agenda pé Yoruba party lélẹ́yìí o àwa fẹ́ dá lọ. Because gbogbo wọn lówó kó tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ political party wọn, kó tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ career wọn, wọ́n ti lọ dàbálẹ̀ fáwọn Tinubu, dàbálẹ̀ fún gbogbo àwọn olórí burúkú àwọn tẹ́ ń pè ní Mákindé, àwọn Dàpọ̀ Abíọ́dún, àwọn olùsí gọ́vnà, àwọn aláyé má bàjẹ́, àwọn tó ti báyé jẹ́. Gọ́vnà of Ọ̀ṣun state ń fẹ́ ṣe birthday ó gbé lọ sí Lagos state. Kò ṣe birthday yẹn nínú Ọ̀ṣun state fẹ́yìn kẹ́yìn náà lè jẹ́ náà. Ó kọ́kọ́ fẹ́ ṣe birthday because tó bá value state tó ń ṣèjọba lé lórí ni á gbé party tóun fẹ́ ṣe á gbé lọ sí Lagos state. Kò ṣe sọ fún gbogbo àwọn tó fẹ́ wá pé bẹ́fẹ́ bẹ́kọ̀ Ọ̀ṣun yẹn láti máa ṣe party yẹn. Kó tẹ̀ máa fi helicopter máa fi convey wọn àbí kọ́ gba coaches kọ́ dẹ̀ fi sójà kọ́ fi transport àwọn èèyàn wá síbẹ̀ kọ́ fi wọ́n sòtẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ ṣe fàájì kọ́ náwó sí community yẹn kó dẹ̀ díjọ́ kejì kí gbogbo wọn máa lọ kó tún fi sójà kó fi escort wọn padà sí Èkó torí pé kí Boko Haram má bàa àwọn ọgbọ́n náà òun wá ń gbé party ìwọ wá ń sọ pé òun wá ń hélè Ọ̀ṣun state governor ìwọ mọ̀ pé làákàyè ò sí níbẹ̀ because revenue tó yẹ kó wọlé fún yín níjọ́ yẹn revenue yẹn inú Lagos state ló wà ẹ̀yin ò lè ronú lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ẹ̀yin kàn rí pé ó ń jó ẹjọ́ ẹlẹ́lẹ́yà òṣì káàkiri pẹ̀lú kún òṣì tó gbé káàkiri ṣe politician làwọn yẹn ẹ̀dá gbọ́n tí Alex Salmon sọ níbi wa.
Hamza wants to mean test school meal. But then why did he casually drop it in as in an interview with a unionist tabloid newspaper? Well, it might be a sign of the financial pressure on the devolved administration, but it's more than that. What it betrays that the new First Minister does not understand this.
Ilé tí ń gbàsí fún mínísítà tó ṣe wọlé tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ ìyẹn bọ̀bọ̀ Hamzat yẹn. Eléyìí náà ti ṣe mínísítà yẹn rí o but now ó ti kúrò lábẹ́ political party tó wà tẹ́lẹ̀ ó ti lọ join àwọn ALBA pé independent làwọn fẹ́ nísìn àwọn fẹ́ kúrò lábẹ́ Britain táwọn wà àwọn fẹ́ dá dúró. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n mú ìgbólọ́tì education ṣòro education wà Nàìjíríà nìsan wọ́n kò sẹ́ education ṣòro education táwọn obìnrin fi abẹ́ wọn tó fi ń qualify education táwọn ọkùnrin sanwó fún teacher education ti wà destroy ìgbà wo àwọn bàbá wo lọ́wọ́ education wà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá mọ́ nísìnyí gbogbo yunifásitì pátápátá abẹ́kọ̀ ni gbogbo yín gbé lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ lecturer tó ń tún ṣe fún yín àbí gbogbo ẹ̀ náà kọ́ là ń gbọ́ ni sexual molestation all over the university campus gbogbo education náà wà education ló ti wà destroy education wà ní last year ní gbogbo yín lo 8 months nílé ó yẹ kẹ́ burn Nigeria down tó bá yẹ pé rúgbó yìí 8 months ní gbogbo yín ẹlòmíì lóyún ní last year yẹn ó ná sọmọ báyìí nísìnyí kò lè padà sí yunifásitì ẹlòmíì ti dolóṣù kalẹ̀ ẹlòmíì ti do so many things education ṣe but education 8 months ní gbogbo yín fi jókòó sílé ní last year bí Tinubu náà máa fún yín ní loan tó bá ti wọlé ẹ máa gba student loan àwa ń dúró de gbogbo ẹ̀. So the break up kò ń ṣe tí a máa bẹ̀rù tẹ bá ń gbọ́ break up so ká padà sí bíbá briefly ká kọ́ sọ nípa UNPO not United Nations okay it is the It is called the Unrepresented Nations and Peoples Organization. Is an international movement. Movement is something that continues. Oh, mama move ní ló ṣe pé ní movement. Nínú movement yẹn náà máa rí olórí burúkú bí ìyá onítìrì tó dé, ìyá lòṣì, virus woman. Inú ẹ̀ la máa rí àwọn kan tó máa sọ oríṣiríṣi tí wọ́n ní concrete evidence láti báàkẹ̀. Inú ẹ̀ náà la máa rí àwọn tó máa náà fi pa wá. Mo kí yèyé oge ẹ̀ka ọ̀rọ̀ mọ̀. Inú ẹ̀ la máa rí so many things. Ẹ ṣe gan Mr. Crown Cross. I don't blame the Nigerians, but I'm blaming us for not quickly to understand that the future thing one in Nigeria, it is not going to happen. That's why you have to be cautious. Because for as long as we are saying to you that in Kanu today, I don't like in Kanu, we're going to vote for Peter Obi. Peter Obi that is a bomb bastard that is working for the West. Yeah, we're going to vote for Atiku. Atiku Loshiwo. Atiku destroy Nigeria. Owó Atiku Jilon Loyen. And this is what, but some of you, what you do is you go and listen to all these influencers on social media. You go and listen to Reno Douala telling you they want to fix Nigeria. You go and listen to Aisha Yusuf. Even Showore himself knows that Nigeria cannot work. He knows that revolution. He's just playing the devil advocate. Showore play game on it. Dejade, my very good friend as well. Every one of them knows that the current state of Nigeria can never work because there is already what they call subjugation. Ìlú tí ọba ti marginalize èèyàn, ìlú yẹn ti di kíni, you will not get this. Okay? This is what Anthony Guterres wrote on May 30. Human rights are the foundation of dignity. As we mark 75 years of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Gbogbo ẹ̀ ló wà lórí website wa. Gbogbo ẹ̀. But it is easy for them to be saying all this, but there is action. Until tá bá fi action lé lórí. But because fi action lé lórí, it's easy for them to talk about. If you go on my website, it's there. Go on www.koikimedia.com. I have what they're talking about there. I'll show you now. It's there. You see, the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights for Indigenous People. It is the most easiest thing to say. Yawa yeyoge kabo salafelewa. Muki gbogbo yawa. Mommy mi kemi belo muki ma. Muki egbon K Baba 16. I don't blame Nigerians, but the longer that you're not listening to the other side, you think you can go and be doing for 4 years election and fix Nigeria. You must be crazy. If any one of us that is still thinking in that direction, you must be crazy. A country that does not value your life. And then Anthony Guterres is here saying, hey, Article 1, I am born free and equal. Do you know that gay people in this country, they have more right than you as a Nigerian? Do you know that lesbian people, they have more right? You watching me in Nigeria. And to get gay, lesbian, it does not matter your views on them. They have rights. And that is why the British is telling us in Nigeria, you must allow people to decide if they want to become gay and lesbian. Okay, Mr. Alabi. Let's come back here briefly again.
However, only a tiny few ever succeed. Since the turn of the millennium, almost a quarter of a century ago, there have been just 2 new members of the United Nations.
Did you hear that? Just 2 new members of the United Nations. We know about the South Sudan and the Montenegro. But Kilo leads the South Sudan becoming a country. We don't have to fight each other when we can discuss this unity. Jonathan Olori Buruku is now telling us that the unity of Nigeria is just the British opinion alone. Everybody knows that there's no unity among us. We all just live in denial. Some people just say, okay, what's this guy going to say again? Okay, he's going to ask for money now. You think it's about me? I can sit in this country for the next 40 years. I'll be traveling around the world. And if I get kidnapped like in Kanu, fine. But if I don't get kidnapped, that's okay. But you in Nigeria, even if I don't leave this country, I can decide not to move out of this country. But if they have to kidnap me from this country will have to pay a big wahala because my children will come out and defend me. So you think we're coming out every day We are concerned. The Biafras are concerned. We are concerned. Abiodun Leximuki. Okay, Baba, yes. I just relocated to UK. Today UK. Welcome on board, sir. Okay, Baba, now we the UK. Oh, no, I just relocated to UK and I cry for Nigeria. Oh. I pity them. Look, I mean, I slept early yesterday. That's why I've been up early. Like, I slept at least 8 hours. But you were bed before, I think probably maximum 9 o'clock. Ìyàwó mi máa ń wọ́ndà pé ìgbà mi bí àwa tó bá jẹ́ pọ́bìnrin ni ó lè ní mo ti lóyún. So mo sùn 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I woke up about 4, so it's almost 7.5 hours. And we are here again talking about the same nonsense country. When we should be talking about development, yeah, kí gbogbo máa ṣe business, ká máa network, so that tó bá jẹ mí lówó tó jẹ́ owó mi lọ máa gbé lọ sí court kó máa ṣẹ̀wọ̀n ni. Can that happen in Nigeria?
Through this route.
And don't go to Nigeria, they understand. Continue to lynch and suck it dear when we should be sucking big. So far, according to him, the 2 countries that joined United Nations, so far, the last one was 2011. Montenegro. So this is the declaration that they talk about, but it's very easy. So we're going to come back to the United Nations, UNPO. UNPO is different from United Nations. Do not mix them together. So Montenegro. Balkan country, okay. You see their population? 619,000. Montenegro is a Balkan country with rugged mountains, medieval villages, and a narrow strip of beaches along its Adriatic coastline. The Bay of Koto, resembling a forge, is dotted with coastal churches and fortified towns. So, okay, it was under Serbia. Montenegro is a country in southeastern Europe. It is part of the Balkans. It's a border by Bosnia and Herzegovina to the north, Serbia to the west. So, Bangladesh by independent. How did Montenegro not Bangladesh again independent? Let's go and find out. Following the dissolution of the Federation of Yugoslavia in 1989, Montenegrin independence returned when the Republic of Montenegro declared independence from the State Union of Serbia and Montenegro on June 3, 2006. Eshegoni Crown comes call, says, may Almighty Allah increase more efforts. And being a Jew, that you will follow Falafia. When the Falafia no loje gbele, ní aba Falafia ṣe máa jókòó máa ṣe tí wọ́n ṣe. We are just concerned about the future, concerned about now. If you send Owosiwa, if you low, Nigeria has the money, but I'm already Buruku military, what a hold bondage. So you can tell that Montenegro, population of less than 700,000, according to Professor Ye, Bugwala Money Party, South Sudan. So in 2006, which is just some few years back, declared their independence. And the Montenegro independence and EU accession. So let's just read this quickly. In a referendum, which is what we have not got in the 1999 Constitution today, if we have a referendum clause in our Constitution, like I said in my broadcast yesterday, between now and next year, they give us up to a year to go and prepare our people and tell them the reason why we have to go. I can bet you that easily, people will say that they are not interested in Nigeria anymore because without any interference. But right now, I'm doing 2 hours, I'm doing 3 hours. Hardly our people can hear all this broadcast. Their understanding, has been shielded by Nigeria. So Nigeria to shield you up from telling our people when Nigeria is a country. I keep saying it's not a country. Some people will say I should shut up. And this is all about ṣé àwọn òyìnbó, ṣé àwọn aláwọ̀ funfun, ṣé àwọn dájú àwa lọ ni, ṣé skin wọn dájú tiwa lọ ni. No, it's because àwọn olóṣèlú tiwa they are not interested. Ìdàgbàdàgbà lọ. Ṣé jẹ́ ká independent of Montenegro in a referendum tí wọ́n ṣe ní May. So tá bá máa fi wo another 6 days from today, èyí ní 15. So níjọ́ kan ní May. Ṣé ní gbogbo kíní tó ṣeé ṣe náà ní Nàìjíríà ni? But the system is that they are not ready to do it. So èyí tẹ́ ẹ̀ sọ fún wa pé Tinubu máa fix Nàìjíríà. Ó máa fix Nàìjíríà to what extent? Mo kí bàbá wa Yorùbá Nation Àfọ̀njá TV. Àlùkà kọ́ nìyẹn. Àlùkà báwo ni? Ọlábàndrótì, Ọlábànwà pẹ̀lú àti ìyàwó àtọmọ àti Mọ́sẹ̀. Ṣé mọ̀ pé àwọn èèyàn máa ń wò pé kíní ẹ̀ máa pẹ́? Tí pressure bá wà ká continue bá ṣe ń bá lọ yìí, ìyẹn ló ṣe ń pè ní movement. Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ mí ní movement. Sórí movement tó ń ṣe Mr. Koiki ó ti sú mi o torí mo rówó mọ́. Ẹ lọ ṣiṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀ náà, ṣùgbọ́n oníṣẹ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ ni. Ẹlòmíràn yóò níṣẹ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ náà. Mo kí Mr. Adébọ́lá Vincent. Ẹ wá ń fi Yorùbá Nation fífi máa kẹ́wọ́. Ok, má ṣe Yorùbá Nation, wọ́n máa wọ̀ fílẹ̀ fáwa káwa máa pariwo. Ìwọ lọ wáṣẹ́ bí àwa àríṣẹ́. Mr. Koiki mo níṣẹ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ Yorùbá Nation ló gbaṣẹ́ lọ́wọ́ mi. Iṣẹ́ òun náà ní Nàìjíríà economy máa gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀, ìgbà òní kò ní gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀. Yé parọ́ jáde. Ọlọ́run bá wọn pẹ̀lú Àlùkà. Iṣẹ́ òun lẹ ní tẹ́lẹ̀ náà. Àlùkà nísìn ó ní big farm. Farm yẹn yàtọ̀ sí pé ó gbaṣẹ́ Yorùbá Nation láwọn yẹn nísìn. Ó ní fáàmù tó tóbi mọ̀ lè sọ stage tó wà. Àwọn family ẹ̀ náà ló tún jẹun. Tó bá jẹ́ pé a ti wà nínú country tó dání, Àlùkà tó wà lórí program báyìí, ó ní right láti sue wọn kó gba compensation. Ó ní right láti gbowó lọ́wọ́ government. Kí ló ń pè ní movement?
Movement.
Tàbá ní ẹ̀gbọ́n ọ̀kan tó náà sọ act of moving, ìyẹn move ni. So movement tó ń ṣe ti máa ní Koiki tó bá ti sórí moment tí wọ́n sọ pé ó sú ẹ̀yẹn ìwọ bọ́lẹ̀. Tí wọ́n bá ti bọ́lẹ̀, happy new week to you náà sir. Tí wọ́n bá bọ́lẹ̀, mo kí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Ọlárìnwájú èyí pàrẹ. Tó bá bọ́lẹ̀, ẹlòmíì á wọlé. Bọ́dọ̀ movement ṣe rí nìyẹn. And nínú movement there will be a lot of hiccups. Kò lè ṣe gbogbo nǹkan la máa gbé síta nísìn. Ṣé gbogbo nǹkan ní UK jẹ́ ká mọ̀ ni? Do you know how many classified information ti UK ní nípa Nàìjíríà tí wọ́n fẹ́ mi àti ẹ̀ka mọ̀? Ẹ̀yin wá fi mọ gbogbo tó lọ nínú ẹlòmíì fẹ́ lé mọ bàtí bàbá tó ìyá àgbẹ̀ àwọn olùṣèlú lórí burúkú. One bastard. Gbogbo nǹkan la fẹ́ mọ̀. Àfi ìpàwà intelligent, àdẹ̀wà intelligent nísìn. Simon Nepa òun wà lábẹ́ Anthony Guterres nísìn. Ó comment. Àwa nísìn kò sí Yorùbá kankan nínú gbogbo bíbá yẹn nísìn. Àní kò sí one Yorùbá person that have gone to comment yàtọ̀ sí ibi nísìn bí a ti bá tún sọ pé nísìn tí mo sọ lẹ́nu mi máa lọ síbẹ̀. Àwa fi compare ara wa pẹ̀lú how is that going to happen? So n tó ń pè ní movement ni pé torí bí iṣẹ́ move ọwọ́ mi báyìí nísìn ẹ̀ move. Ìjọ téèyàn bá ti move ó ti dòkú nìyẹn kọ́lọ̀ fọ́run kẹ́ Afọlábí. Murphy. Mo ní kọ́lọ̀ ṣe kí ni kó fọ̀run kẹ́. Tẹ bá wo bí tí mo wọ̀n bí àgbà tó gbé hospital ní bọ́dì yẹn kò sí dignity Nàìjíríà tó bá ti kú akọ̀yà picture akọ̀gbé lórí burúkú ìlú òṣì. Hospital yẹn kọ́ ti hospital yẹn gbẹ̀rẹ̀ pàdé. Ìyẹn kọ̀ kú ní UK ẹ̀ wá ya picture lórí bẹ́ẹ̀dì ibi tó sùn sí. Ẹ̀ wá upload ẹ̀ sórí social media ẹ̀ wọ́n bẹ́ẹ̀ máa pín. Lára nǹkan sọ náà ni ẹ pé kò sí dignity. Ìbára ẹ̀ náà lélẹ̀. I am born free and equal. Ẹni tó kú ẹ̀ fún ní dignity mọ́. Murphy tó kú yẹn mo tún rí picture aṣọ hospital lára ẹ̀. Ṣé irú picture ló yẹ kó jáde? A nílùú yẹn ò gbádùn. Ìlú tẹ èèyàn wà láyé gan ẹ̀ fún ní respect. Àmọ́ ẹ ti sọ ẹ ṣéjà rẹ̀ gbọ́n mi Ọlárìnwájú ṣàlàjì àlàáfíà lọ́wọ́. So n tó ń pè ní movement ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yóò understand mọ́. Ẹlòmíì kan gbọ́ Yorùbá Nation Ìgbòho movement it takes a lot. Ọ̀nà mẹ́ta dẹ̀ ni ẹni bá ń jàjàgbara is either you are dead kọ́lọ̀ fọ́ọ̀nù kẹ́ gbogbo àwọn èèyàn wa tó ti kú lọ́kùnrin lọ́bìnrin nínú movement yìí. Kò dẹ̀ ṣe movement nìkan ló ń pa yín Nàìjíríà gan pààyàn lójoojúmọ́. Bọ́láńlé Rahman woman tó yí ọlọ́pàá yìnbọn fún àwọn ni Ṣẹ̀wọ̀n Kútì gbọ́ ọlọ́pàá lé ó ń pẹ́ kó tó gba létí lẹ́ẹ̀mẹ́ta àní gbogbo tó máa dá crisis sílẹ̀ lèmi fẹ́ agbára Ọlọ́run. Ẹ rántí woman yẹn Bọ́láńlé Rahim ló ń jẹ́ ṣé mọ̀ pé olóyún ìbejì wà lára ẹ̀ nígbà tó ọlọ́pàá lórí burúkú yẹn máa yìnbọn pa olóṣì olórí burúkú ọlọ́pàá ẹ mọ̀ pé wọ́n sì ń ṣe kéèsì tí ó yẹ kó sì máa ṣe kéèsì láti December àti wà ní May nísìn mo kí mọ́mí wa Fúnmilọ́lá Bello ṣé ó yẹ kó sì máa ṣe kéèsì bọ̀bọ́ yìí níṣẹ́ kó ti sentence ẹ̀ kó wà ní inú prison nísìn kó máa jẹ wá ti gàrí wọ́n sì ń dọ̀tún ṣe kéèsì pure evidence wà níbẹ̀ but it's because òun náà máa tẹ button kò fi lọ sí prison wọ́n generation tó òun máa ń ṣe níyà according to bá ṣe gbọ́ mọ̀ bí ó ní bàbá ó lọ́kọ 2 bullets wasn't ẹgbọ́n níbi àìníṣẹ́ ẹgbọ́n átíkù yìí Bolanle Rahim this was February ọdún ìlélẹ́yọ̀ Bolanle Rahim 2 bullets missing from Bandi AK-47 rifle says police armory níbo ni bullet yẹn wà. The witness was then asked to identify the register with which he took record of arms and ammunition as of December 25th. This he did. The armory at Ajiwe police station in Aja, according to the Lagos inspector Adamu Shuaibu, has testified in the murder trial of Drambi Vandi, an assistant superintendent of police who allegedly shot a Lagos-based lawyer, Bolanle Rahim, on Christmas Day. So in time pè ní movement ẹlòmíì ní understanding náà pè ní movement. So movement ọ̀nà mẹ́ta ni àwọn tó bá ń jàjàngbara is either you are dead àwa ti prepare bí ikú bá dé tó bá dé kò dẹ̀ dé fine but ikú ti wọ̀ sí lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yìn tẹ̀ fi pa wá bọ̀ pé yẹn kí n máa bẹ̀rù pé ikú kan máa dé ìsígbà tí kò ní dé bẹ̀rẹ̀ má fi kú dẹ́rù bà wá ẹ̀kọ́ ike òun bógun ṣe oògùn ikú kan ló máa pààyàn jáde kẹ́kọ́ jẹ́pẹ́jẹ́pẹ́ lọ ó ń pẹ́ kógun tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ àdúrà tèmi ni kógun bẹ̀rẹ̀ ojoojúmọ́ àdúrà tèmi ni pé kógun bẹ̀rẹ̀ tógun bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ mo sọ fún pé mò ń bọ̀ lé 48 hours ni mo ní gbogbo flight tó máa gbé mi dé Nàìjíríà 48 hours ni mo ní láti wọ Nàìjíríà because àti blow gbogbo airport yẹn èmi máa gbẹ̀yìn wọlé ni tabana àfẹ́ yẹn then there must be engagement that has to continue diplomatic pressure on our olórí burúkú politician because àwọn gangan ló ń hóde àwọn gangan lẹ́pọ̀n tá a máa fọ́ ẹyin ẹ̀pọ̀n méjèèjì yẹn a máa tọ̀bẹ̀ bọ̀ a máa yọ life kò tí ì tó stage yẹn ni tó bá dé stage yẹn a máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ mo sọ fún pé tó bá fi dìbẹ̀ mi Ọláyọmí Kóìkí a máa ti wọlé payín ni bàbá Akíntóyè ló ní kò fún wa ní guarantee yẹn pé ká lọ go ahead ìwé àbáwá yẹn irú ẹ má ṣe yẹn mọ́ mi ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe ní peaceful ìṣòwò tó bá fi dìbẹ̀ mi nìkan pẹ̀lú àwọn tí mo ní lọ́wọ́ nídìí èrò tó pọ̀ àwọn ọmọ tí mò ń sọ mọ́ wọn tí mò ń sọ ní tí mo bá ṣẹ́ dé a máa wọlé payín ni tó bá máa declare wa ní terrorist kó declare wa terrorist bàbá Akíntóyè ló ní ká má ṣe yẹn ká máa ṣe ní bá ṣe ń ṣe lọ yìí ẹ̀ka mélòó lẹ́yìn ṣèbí gbogbo yín là ń mọ́nítọ̀ tá a mọ̀ bí tẹ́ ń sún tẹ́ ń jí gbogbo àwọn girlfriend tẹ́ ń bá sùn láàrin a mọ́nítọ̀ yín débẹ̀ ni ní láti go into details ẹ̀yin olùṣèwò ẹ̀yin kẹ́ lóògùn lára a máa wọlé para wa ni tá a bá wọlé ìkànnì wa ló máa kú náà méjèèjì confam yẹn but àìtí dé stage yẹn ìyẹn la ṣe ń sọ fún yín pé ẹ má rò pé ẹwà oliholi o mo kíyà tó bí mi lọ́mọ ìyá mi gbogbo wà ló máa ń bẹ̀ mí ilé tí mo lọ́mọ fi padà wá mọ́ sí UK ṣòwò jókòó síbẹ̀ for 24 years kí là ń ṣe náà nísìn máa nùgbẹ́ máa fọlẹ̀ máa yẹ pátápátá oríṣẹ́ ọ́fíìsì ṣiṣẹ́ private sector àwa ṣe gbogbo wàhálà yẹn tán ilé ò ṣe é lọ àwọn ọmọ yín ló ti ń lágbo mọ́ yín lórí ní London nísìn a ti wọlé payín bàbá ti pa bí 20 mú yín ẹni rẹ election yẹn ṣe ẹ lọ gbọ́n tí chief mamu lọ Yorùbá sọ lórí Yorùbá Space TV a ní ká jáde tán ní protest olórí burúkú yẹn olùṣe kò ní dá fún láyé ẹ olórí burúkú onídọ̀tí ó ṣe náà mo dúpẹ́ ọkọ mo dúpẹ́ ni scammer woman olùṣe olórí burúkú ó dé láàrin méjì ó bá nǹkan jẹ́ àwọn olùṣe kan ní àti gba country lẹ́ ń sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn mo kí bàbá wa Rájí country lẹ́ ń sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn tó bá yẹ pa jáde tán ní gbogbo December yẹn nǹkan bàjẹ́ rẹ́rẹ́ máa rún òkú máa sùn lọ but Nàìjíríà ní wá mọ́ ẹ jẹ́ continue so n tán pè ní movement a change or development the movement towards ọmọ pé tó bá ń báyàn sùn mo kí ìyàwó ọmọ lára àwọn kan like doggy style ẹ má bínú ẹ bó bá ṣe lè understand ẹ ni àwọn kan like doggy style àwọn kan like doggy style àwọn kan like tó ní Jésù ẹ má lo Jésù ẹ má bínú take it back àwọn kan like kan lie down so olúkálukú ní style tó máa ń lò nínú yàrá pẹ̀lú ìyàwó ẹ ò ní láti sọ fún mi bó ṣe ń lò so movement nìyẹn so ìtàn pè ní movement ni pé Mr. Koiki àwọn àrójútu movement ni ìta àbá rójútu yẹn gbọ́dọ̀ wájútu sí náà nǹkan pè ní movement yẹn What is the best definition of a movement? Ẹlòmíì wọn understand movement yìí. Àti dáwó àdáwó mọ́ èyí olóṣì. Ẹ bá máa dá mọ́. Gbàtẹ́ da ṣé wọ́n fi jó gẹ̀lẹ̀dẹ̀ ni. Gbàtẹ́ pé gbogbo nǹkan lẹ fẹ́ mọ̀. So ká sọ fún yín nísìnyí pé ara àbọ̀n, ká sọ fún yín pé ara bullet, kí n sọ fún yín pé aṣògùn, kí n sọ fún yín pé a bribe yẹn kù. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ Amẹ́ríkà máa ń gbé owó káàkiri tó fi lọ ń bribe àwọn èèyàn ni. Bógun ṣe ń lọ ní Sudan nìsín, America expertise wà níbẹ̀. Dọ́là máa wà nínú kéèsì kan tó yẹ pé tó bá dé stage kan máa bribe àwọn èèyàn láti fi continue journey. Ẹ̀yin ọ̀gá ẹlòmíì ò tẹ understand nǹkan tó ń pè níjà. Gbogbo ẹ̀ la máa sọ fún yín. So kí n dé nísìnyí kí n sọ fún yín pé ẹ mo ra AK-47 náà. Ó cost mi ní 1.2 million ní owó tẹ fún mi. Abẹ́ ìṣí èrè ni. Ṣé mo á jẹ́gẹ́ bí bàbá sùwé Netflix ni mò ń ṣe ni. So tí bá rà bọ́n ní sí mo gbọ́dọ̀ wá sọ fún yín pé mo rà bọ́n. Tí ẹ̀yin gan ni sọ fún yín pé ṣé olórí burúkú ni bọ̀bọ́ yóò wọ́ ìgbádùn ṣá. Ta ló bẹ̀ ń ṣe kó wá máa sọ gbogbo eléyìí. Ní táwọn olórí burúkú yeye ṣé ẹ kórìíra olùṣe olórí burúkú born bastard àtàwọn gbogbo wọn tọ́jú ń ṣòṣì bẹ́ẹ̀ máa ṣẹ́wó yẹn. Ẹ fẹ́ ká máa sọ gbogbo yẹn fún yín lórí live show. Ẹ ń ṣí èrè. Mo sọ fún yín pé àwa la máa lé gbogbo yín. Ìtàn pè ní movement ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ understand ẹ̀. Bàbá kí tó yẹ ṣe dáadáa, Ìgbòho ṣe dáadáa, Ìgbòho, ìgbà. Àwa sọ afẹ́sọ movement di àwàdà kẹ́ríkẹ́rí olórí burúkú ìyá olóṣì onítọ̀tí yẹn dé. Ibi àwa ṣiṣẹ́ dé, àti ṣiṣẹ́ dé ibi tí a ṣiṣẹ́ dé àmì. Ó wá dé, àti declare Ọlọ́run ní Ọlọ́run òṣì o. Ọlọ́run máa lagi mọ́ ẹ lórí láìpẹ́ ìyá òṣì. Let's continue. Ìyá olórí burúkú born bastard. Kémi máa jáde kí n máa sọ fún yín pé nǹkan báyìí la fi gbogbo owó ṣe. Mo á ń ṣe erépa ni mò ń ṣe ni. Ìyá olóṣì. Àwọn ilé ìgbà referendum ní May 21st, 2006 at 55.5% of Montenegro over just about the threshold voted for the Federation of Serbia and Montenegro. But on June 3rd, 2006, Montenegro declared its independence. Nígbà tí àsìkò bá tó tí a prepare dáadáa, kò ń ṣeré ìyá olórí burúkú ó dà á tẹ̀tún máa fẹ́nu kẹ bàbá kí tó yẹ gbọ́dọ̀ di àbó lórí burúkú ní ìyá náà ni pé kò fi dá fún ìyá èmi. Níbo lòun ti jáde náà tó máa sọ pé ọ lè declare tó bá bí dákú sọ bí tó wà fún wa àwọn boys wa olóṣì ghost ẹ tó fi bá gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá sọ̀rọ̀ àwa wà ní òkùnkùn ẹ ti mọ̀ pé ní òkùnkùn yìí ṣé Ọlọ́run gan nígbà kan náà máa dáyé kí ló pé ó ní let there be light àwa gbogbo wọn máa ṣe program àwa wà no darkness ẹni tó fẹ́ jẹ́ leader náà ni ó fẹ́ control yín dumb bastard woman ọkọ ẹ̀ náà kọ̀ wá láti dá sílẹ̀ kan ló ń lọ náà kan yẹn MK Abiola àwọn kan ní ká máa bọ̀ àbálẹ́lú burúkú ní gbogbo yín ogun láfáyé máa pa yín ni alẹ́ àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀kọ́ ìbá sọ̀rọ̀ platform ilé yàtọ̀ education platform lélẹ̀ ìpèlépè ìpìlẹ̀ máa jẹ. So kí la fẹ́ pààyọ gangan ká padà sínú program 30 minutes past 6 mo kí mo máa mọ wa tó ní exam láàárọ̀ yìí. Òun ni pé kò ní bàjẹ́ fún yín jàre bẹ́ẹ̀ ni onídọ̀tí di manipulator ìyá mi gbé mi lékè girama ńkọ́ ìyá òṣì born bastard woman bọ́pọ̀ ẹ̀ náà kò ń ṣe náà nìyẹn tó dalẹ̀ ìwúlẹ̀ Yorùbá. So Montenegro nígbà tó di 2006 wọ́n declare independent wọn which was recognized by the Serbian parliament. Ṣé ní gbogbo eléyìí àwọn ò tí ì di stage yẹn ṣé tó bá jẹ́ pé regional government là ń bá bọ̀ tí kò wà disturb bí àwọn ọmọ Ìgbò ṣe dàrú torí olè làwọn ọmọ Ìgbò náà wọ́n fẹ́ jalè gbà lọ́wọ́ wa tó gbogbo agbọ́dọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀jú káíkáí but for now èmi àti Simon Ekpa tí Simon Ekpa mo sọ pé tẹ bá fẹ́ gbalẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ a máa pa yín a máa para wá ní olóhùn ti gbọ́ but for now ẹ jẹ́ kàtẹ́jọ́ jàjà yìí kájọ bọ́ kúrò lóko ẹrú òṣì táwa náà ẹ̀ Koiki má bá àwọn ọmọ Ìgbò ṣe o ìwọ àtàwọn ọmọ Ìgbò má trust àwọn ọmọ Ìgbò mo trust dáàdì tiẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ tí máa fi wá trust ọmọ Ìgbò náà ṣé mo trust bàbá ẹ àbí ìyá ẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ pé má trust ọmọ Ìgbò nobody trust anybody but lórí ìjà tá gbé dání a nídìí ara wa ká fọ́ọ̀sì energy Nàìjíríà ká break ẹ̀ Nàìjíríà lágbára gan a ní owó tí Nàìjíríà ní ṣé ẹ̀yin lẹ́ ń control resources ṣé ẹ̀yin lẹ́ ń control resources ẹ̀yin pé lówó ẹ ṣe jàre wọ́n ní ká forget woman and the follow jobless akọ̀lẹ̀ má sọ̀rọ̀ dọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀ náà ni ká fi sílẹ̀ sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan for now ẹ ṣe gan thank you so much ẹ̀rọ má dẹ̀ ń gbọ́ràn gan ẹ kò sọ fún yín náà pé inú oṣù yà àráyè tiẹ̀ ẹ dẹ́rìí pé mo serious lẹ́yìn pé mo máa ń post ẹ̀ sórí timeline Nǹkan akọ reference lẹ́ǹkọ̀ọ̀kan lórí program báyìí. Àgbọ̀dọ̀ má reference lẹ́ǹkọ̀ọ̀kan. Kò ní bàjẹ́ fún imọ́ mi wá. Ọmọlára Ìyábọ̀ Àjàlá. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. So kí ni mo fi fàyọ fáwọn èèyàn wa ni pé ṣe rí àwa nìkan kọ́ là ń béèrè fún referendum. Nigeria clause ìyẹn 1999 constitution kò sí referendum nínú ẹ̀. Bí Bọ́lá Tinubu ṣe fẹ́ ṣe tí referendum máa wọnú ẹ̀. Òun là à ń wò lọ́wọ́ báyìí. Kọ́lọ́n kó ṣọ́wà dìgbà yẹn. And like I said, èmi ò hate ẹ̀, ọmọ Yorùbá ni. Ọ̀nà tó ń gbà ló yàtọ̀ sọ́nà táwa ń gbà. Kò dira wọn lọ́wọ́. Let's continue.
Montenegro and South Sudan. For the vast majority of these groups and territories, however, the dream of independence goes unrealized.
Ṣẹ̀gbọ́, ṣe fẹ́ jẹ́ kí dream tiwa náà kó dàbí tí kò ní wà realize. Ẹ̀gbọ́n wọn tó sọ ní bíbá. If we are not careful, a kò máa ṣe gbogbo wàhálà yìí lásán, ọ̀nà máa jà ṣe wàhálà lásán. And that's why we must work with the Biafra. We must work with them does not mean that they will control us. Everybody will do their own thing. And asking for independence, no be small joke, because we are planning to change the status quo. And do you know the status quo? All these countries that are buying your crude oil, one country from your right-hand side, these are, and when you look at the petroleum one, these are all the countries that are buying your petroleum from China. China is the biggest buyer of our petroleum gas. They need it a lot. And we are be petroleum gas. There's a ship. Technology is there. Let's see if we can find ship that carries gas. The technology is there. Harry, a gas carrier, gas tanker, LPG carrier or LPG tanker. You can see. So these are the kind of gas, container that comes to Nigeria and load your LMPG and then take it to China. Because China, from what we had here, is the biggest buyer, 16.7%. India, and again, India alone crude oil. But in reverse, no, after China, sorry, is Spain. And the same Spain is where a lot of Nigerians want to cross over from Libya. And then when you get to Spain, freedom, thank you so much. They will then block you. They don't want you to get in, but they are buying our gas. So the moment that the Biafra breaks away, we would have to negotiate a new terms and conditions with Spain. Then nobody needs to go to Spain through Libya. I was watching a video on a guy on Instagram last night before I slept. Some Ghanaians were walking the desert. Shit. This sufferness is too much. So these are all the countries that we will have to do a new, what they call foreign relationship with. So the present Nigeria that we know today is not ready to break, because Belgium does not want Nigeria to break, because they have a relationship with Nigeria buying our gas. Poland, and they need gas. I need gas in this house all the time, especially when it's winter and it's becoming more expensive. And for every time I'm not working, that means I'm losing revenue. Maybe some of you don't know that. And if I go and work, so if somebody has to then say, okay, quick, my phone any £10. My phone any £5. No, even UK. Let me see if UK is one of the countries that is buying our gas. I won't be surprised. I want you to talk about this in the record. Off the record, I can't see UK there. The data UK in bed. I'm a bossy. The data see UK in the go viva. The UK, my was a go can gas. Anyway, only gas the point in Scotland. Hey, how many dark ship will Nigeria in record? Hey, I don't see UK. Okay, UK no dey there. Okay now. Can't see UK. So they are telling us now that UK doesn't buy our gas. Boju, hey. Even UK UK ke. UK is buying 0.17% of our gas at about $14 million. You can see that. Freedom, thank you so much. Then 4191. When UK nira gas worker. But yeah, Molarani, my main concern is why some people don't want us to exit from the. Some of them don't even understand anything, mommy. They don't understand. Only want to daughter be fry pan, but if it din akara, ládùúgbò wọn títí títí àwọn pé tí wọ́n bá dín akara, ìyá tó ń dín akara yẹn, fry pan abẹ́ tẹ́ bá wo fry pan yẹn, ó ti jóná títí. So they can't see the future that we are talking about. So when we say we are fighting a movement, these are all the countries that we are fighting, my people. The two major things in Nigeria export in 2021 was crude oil and petroleum and gas. China over 16.7% at about 1.42 billion US dollars. Spain ra 13.9% at about 1.9 billion US dollars. The next country to tura to poju ni India or 9.69%. Do you know that some people are chopping money from here? And if you don't know how they move the gas, maybe you've never known before, just don't lie. This is the ship that they use, okay? So all they do is the ship. Let's see if we can find a video that can give us explanation. So, okay, let's watch this video. The 10 biggest natural gas tanker in the world. Okay, let's watch this. I do not own the copyright. That's why I said this is a platform that open your eyes. Because now you should be asking yourself, quickly, so if they are selling all, look, the way you should ask yourself the question is, so when did they sell all this gas? How come gas come expensive for Nigeria? If you say now we get the gas, that is how your brain should be working. How much longer gas they say cooking gas? And look at cooking gas, 12 kg. Kentos, Yala Lubarika, and GRO, okay. Gas they say, I want to see the comment. How much is a gas cooker now? The reason why they're going to need more gas from us is because Russia is cutting off the gas. Russia gas export impact to the euro. And I'm going to talk about that in another program. Tell me what a party project here between the gas coming from Russia to Germany, but they actually lock it off now. Could I blow pipeline or something? Eventually I'm about west to blow it. So there is the fight going on between Russia and Ukraine is an ending war. Then the Yoruba nation will be actualized, but it must be with action. So if you don't know before, these are the way they move gas from Nigeria.
Designed for the transoceanic transport of liquefied natural gas and transport the gas in spherical or membrane tanks from producing countries to consuming countries. These are the 10 biggest natural gas.
The question we should ask is, how Tawalawani gas? I mean, China is buying big gas, but you in Nigeria, you cannot even afford to buy cooking gas. Some of you have abandoned your cooking gas. You're probably buying up kerosene, letting down on this thing. And do you know that the cooking gas is something that should be installed in the house, not to be buying it in the cylinder? That is what they call the stage that we're thinking of. So let's watch the video anyway.
Gas tankers in the world. Number 10, Arctic Princess. It sails under the Norwegian flag and was built by Mitsubishi Heavy Industries in 2006. When built...
Did you hear that? This was built in 2006, so it's not even that long. Do you think that people that built it are better off you? No! As an engineer, you're doing Okada for the ship. Doing Okada. You're doing Okada. When you should be helping us to build this kind of ship. Because since we have the gas, that means our kind ship, we should be the one building this ship. But we are not the one building it. They build the ship, they come and buy it from us, and they move it out. And you are doing Okada. And you are there saying, Baba, do you see all the containers? Because a lot of you don't even know where some people are making money. That's why everybody wants to be in oil and gas, because that's where the money is. Or every time you see all those young boys say they want oil and gas, they're all criminal, like Otedola, Ilumelu, and all of them, Dangote. They're all bomb bastard criminals because they know where the money is. You be fighting us, be fighting Babakitoye, okay? Be fighting Simon Ekpa, be fighting people with small money. Hey, Koiki, how much they donate to Yoruba nation that you stole? Be fighting us when they're moving big money out of Nigeria. All the shit. Okay? Now me, they fight me. They ask me how much they donate to Yoruba nation that I stole. When they are moving big money every day. my life is still better off than you. So it's Yoruba Nation money that I'm still spending till date. Bomb bastard.
It was the largest liquefied natural gas carrier in the world.
Did you hear that? The largest liquefied gas carrier in the world. It was only built in 2006. Do you know that in the same 2006 that we talked about, Montenegro got their independence? June 2006. While you are there thinking, let's count back 2006 to now. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So that's about 22 years ago, if I'm right. Tobesha. No, so 2006 to now, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's 10 years. 17, 18, 19, 20. That's 19, 21, 22, 23. Yeah, that's about 22, 17 years. Yeah. About 17 years. Actually, Mr. Femi Kasali. So that shows that we don't need to say that it's going to take long before we build a society that works. Hey, Koiki, it takes time to build a country, Umugo. So from 1999 till date, you still don't have 24 hours electricity. And they are moving your gas out. If we have to even say, no, let's first develop ourselves, make everybody has a job. Actually, Mr. Motoshop about today. Before we can even say we want to sell anything, let's even first help the people in Nigeria. Help the people in Nigeria. Forget about even selling any of our products. So that people can have enough gas in their house. So that your head will be okay. When you can eat, you can do things, you can think. But no, you don't want that. Everybody is living in denial.
The gas is transported in 4 spherical tanks at a temperature of 163 degrees below zero that reduces its volume 600 times. It measures 288 meters long by 49 meters wide. Its 4 gas tanks have a total capacity of 147,800 cubic meters. It has a gross tonnage of 121,500 tons and a carrying capacity of 84,800 tons. It has 2 engines with a total of 37,000 horsepower and reaches a speed of over 19 knots or 35 kilometers per hour. Number 9. Pan-Africa. It sails under the Hong Kong flag and was built by Hudong Zhonghua in 2019.
So all these things are just built. So this one was built in 2019. Unbelievable. I've never seen this video before, my first time watching it as well. Unbelievable. And our people think that, to build a country takes a long time. It's all about dedication. It's all about putting the effort, which is what we are doing in Yoruba Nation conversation. We are putting that extra effort. I could be sleeping with my wife there and be, roaming around, and then we decide to come out again and educate you so that you can know that you are living in bondage. Bondage.
It is designed to provide high performance and large storage capacity. It is part of a fleet of 4 identical vessels that are operated by the Shell Company.
You see, 4 of these is operating by Shell Company. That's why the Shell is making a lot of money. Go and look at their turnover is about almost 40 billion pounds or something around that area.
It measures 290 meters long by 47 meters wide.
So they're always looking for Nigeria to come and buy. I don't want to show this video. I don't own the video. I can share the link with you. But what I want to let you know that China is buying 16.17% of our gas to the tune of 1.42 billion. Turkey is buying, Japan is buying, South Korea is buying, Chinese Taipei is buying, even United States is buying. Imagine, Jamaica is buying, Colombia is buying, South Africa is buying, Belgium, Poland, Croatia, Netherlands, Italy, Portugal, France, Spain, South Africa, even Togo, Mozambique, and these are the ones that they're showing us in the data. But imagine the ones that are there, they're moving around and we don't even have an idea who is buying it. We don't have an idea. So every day there's a lot of movement of resources out of Nigeria that we can never know about. So we leave that for now. That video doesn't belong to me, so I don't want to spend too much time on it. We talked about Montenegro. So we come back here and just listen to this a little bit. Then I'm going to now move swiftly to why the military are writing the presidency and talking about radical change. What does radical change mean to save Nigeria? Nobody can save Nigeria. If they like, let them buy enough weapon. If they like, let them buy more bomber jet. It will just happen and the country will dissolve. So let's listen a little bit more to this, and then we'll move swiftly away from Professor James Lindsay.
Territories, however, the dream of independence goes unrealized. In some cases, it's defeated by repression and military means.
Which is what we should be expecting. The military does not want Nigeria to break, but they are ready to keep Nigeria even under another coup if this situation of these bloody politicians continue to deceive us. Military will take over, and they'll tell the international community they need 2 years to return us back into democracy, and they will scrap this nonsense 1999 constitution, bring a military decree, chase away all your politicians. We don't know what can happen.
When a government cracks down on separatist sentiments, at other times...
Again, which is why Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. That's why IGBOHO wanted to be killed, because the military does not like that.
Political settlement offers greater cultural rights for autonomy and the widespread calls for independence.
Thank you so much.
Start to decline. This raises the question of whether we can in fact think of an independence moment for countries, a point when things seem to come together and open the way for it to break away and become an independent sovereign state.
So Tabangoro man don't sorrow. You get to understand that breaking away is not that going to be easy, but does not mean that it is not possible. Some saying, let's just not break away. We just need good leaders. So what do you mean by good leaders? We don't need any good leaders. I don't want to be identified as Nigeria in the future to come. I want to be identified as a Yoruba man with a Yoruba passport. Why should we be identified as Nigerians? At what cost? Or at whose cost? So don't you know that for the time that you keep saying you want to be representing as a Nigerian, there are some people that are even using you to negotiate on that Nigeria. But the moment we break away, it's not going to be the end of the world. We will have good neighbors. We will defend our territory, which is the most important thing. Why do you think that UK does not open its border for everybody? Because they are defending that territory. They don't want as many of you to come into this country. Go and get a visa.
One possible example is Scotland. Although it rejected independence,
which was in 2014, let them first even give us independence referendum. And then if our people say no, then we will know that we'll start all over again. But we've not even been given that opportunity. They've not restructured Nigeria. They've not destroyed that constitution that they are using to force your life to be in bondage. So we're just going to listen a little bit more to just about 2 minutes of this, and then we'll move away.
2014, it seemed to be edging closer to statehood following Britain's decision to leave the European Union.
UK left EU after 35 years. They are now telling us, oh, stick to Nigeria that they created in the first place in 1914.
Over recent years, polling had shown a small but consistent lead for statehood. However, things now appear to be changing. Scotland lies in the northern part of the British Isles at around 80,000 square kilometres or 30,000 square miles. This amounts to roughly a third of the entire area of the United Kingdom. As an independent country, it would be the 115th largest member of the United Nations. Its population currently stands.
So I don't want to go too much because, like I said, this video, even though I've never seen them talk about, this video, which time I use it, maybe Professor is okay that we can use the video. But if you want to listen to the full clip, just go and type in Professor James Lindsay. No, when you listen to our own media, it will about the perspective of people like this. Go and follow him. You will learn a lot and you will read a lot. So I'm going to close that now. I don't want to go much deeper as well. Let's now come back to Alba Party. They had their, one of their protests some few, weeks ago. I think last week Saturday, not this Saturday, while King was doing coronation, Scotland was doing a lot of protests. So you can tell that the Alba Party is asking for the right of the Scottish people for what they call another referendum. The Union is placing Scotland on the road to ruin, and the SNP seem to preoccupy with their own problems to do anything about it. Just the same way like APC. APC is not going to do anything about Yoruba Nation movement. So if anybody is praying that APC is going to come and do something, every one of them have ambition, and the ambition is surrounding Nigeria. So you can tell that, this again, says was a pleasure to meet a delightful and soon to be a 90 years young Wood at the ALBA conference. After 55 years of supporting the SNP, Daniel has now left SNP and have joined the ALBA. We don't have that kind of system in Nigeria where we can say we have a Yoruba political party. And even if you try to do such, they will destroy it as quickly as possible. Mokinyawa Grace Olushoto. So this is why we must understand all our students should be supported adequately to make the very best of their lives and education. This is what they're telling. Let's listen to them. Is that the same thing in Nigeria? No. Because I know from the fact that if I go on one of the videos that was sent to me from a lot of you, Tefe Jam or whatever, I don't know what you guys are looking for at the Jam office, but when last Jam Monday, let it to see there. So let me show that video. Let's watch this before I play that.
I can say to you that you are a failure if students can, because of registering for direct entry, can be sleeping outside like this because they want to register. I can say to you that you are a failure. And
this is in Lagos. So imagine if this was in Osun State, that may be Osun State, but this is in Lagos. Mokele and Konsiyawa Grace Olushoto.
From today, we, the National Assembly of students, we are calling for your resignation.
Shut up. We're calling for resignation. Or you that doesn't have a balls.
With immediate effect.
These are the youth. These are the next generation. You can see. And some of them are abusing you. You can see them there. Holy shit. You can see them. Some of them there, they're abusing us. They say, shut up, Koiki, come back home, blah, blah. Look at them. They are sleeping there Latijọ́ Monday. And I think this video was recorded on a Saturday.
These students can be sleeping outside like this.
I see that. Even with women, the chance keep on rocking on it, because to one more small because really to cut the sale in some shell anywhere. But it all let you go to panel. I've been no more because I don't understand. Sleeping outside. She want when she want she will talk about menstruation. Are you thinking about the way we think? I don't understand. I mean, these are just sleeping there Latijọ́ Monday. If you not see building here, keep go bomb and see silent, and then they, but no, don't talk like that though. Because I'm sure they're doing keep or rocky. Because how can you be there Latijọ́ Friday, Latijọ́ Monday till the Saturday? Some of them are doing keep or rocky. One bastard. And they're telling me shut up, come back home. Because if they're not doing keep, everybody should call this. They will video they will clearly talk about this event. One should keep or rocky ben on.
These students can be
táwọn kan bá wá ẹ̀ríran àbọ̀bìnrin kan nìyẹn ni yọkùnrin rẹ̀ ni kò yé mi táwọn kan bá wá jà nílùú kan tán nísìn ẹ̀yìn á fẹ́ lọ síbi yẹn ẹ fẹ́ lọ jókòó síbẹ̀ lọ claim asylum ẹ ti gbà wípé àwọn ọmọ òlu wọn ló ń jà.
This because they want to register for direct entry of.
Just to register lélẹ́yìí ló ń sùn síta báyìí ṣé bá àwọn nọ́ọ̀tì náà ṣe ń sùn sí àwọn èèyàn tẹ̀ law school náà anyway so they don't go to school.
We have students that have been here since on Monday.
ṣẹ̀rí ẹ̀tọ́ láwà ní lójókòó yẹn nísìn ẹ̀tọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ wà nílé ẹ̀ tó bá fi kírun náà ìta iná ló ti máa kírun àpàṣẹ what a country.
Today is Friday. It's last week Saturday. These are students and this is the JAMB registration headquarters in Lagos. Lagos zone office in Ikoyi. So if we have students that can be coming here every day.
Ẹ dáhùn fine girls wa ẹ̀kọ́ àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ ìdí ilé ìbòsè yọ bọ́ńbọ́n onídìí bẹ́ẹ̀
and they are sleeping here because they want to register for direct entry. I don't think there should be any excuse. I don't think there should be any excuse for any country to treat the citizen like it's not even their citizen. They are students.
You are not a citizen. Stop calling yourself a citizen. Okay? You are not a citizen of that country. Stop wasting your energy. Now, citizen. These are the citizens. Now let's listen to this. Compared to your own nonsense.
So in the college sector, we serve a demographic of students that is disproportionately from backgrounds of multiple deprivations. We have a disproportionate number of people who are care experienced or in some cases still in the care system with all the lack of control that implies. We have a disproportionate number of students from, marginalised groups in Scottish society. And I can see from my job as a lecturer working with large numbers of students every year, that it's routine for us to see students not able to come in for classes because they can't afford the bus fare. It's routine for us to see students coming into class straight from the night shift, unable to learn, because they haven't slept all night. It's increasingly routine, especially this year, to see students coming in to work in or to just to be in the library because it's too cold to be at home and they can't put their heating on.
So you might not understand what these ones are fighting for. These are fighting for the right of the Scottish people so that they can have a better, more opportunity than the one that they have presently. That's why they're fighting for the self-determination. But Niboni, the APC representative of these are the fight that you guys are fighting during the election. Jam office because I'm sure that they are not Igbo, they are Yorubas. These are the Yoruba people in Lagos State that they cannot have access to the JAM office for whatever they are planning to do there. Because this narrative of Igbo ma gbalẹ̀ yín o, wọ́n ti fẹ́ gbalẹ̀ Koiki, o sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ẹni, o dákẹ́ má má jẹ́ kí Igbo gbalẹ̀. Ẹ ṣáà ti ṣe election tó ní sí. Where is the bloody bastard Sanwo-Olu, the governor, olórí burúkú Mali? One bastard Oloshi. That people are sleeping outside. This is in 2023. This is the F word and we can take it further. Because I know sometimes we have young children that listen to this podcast. There is nothing in this country but just these are the future that we are concerned about. I'm sure some of them abuse IGBOHO. Some of them abuse Awakitoye. Some of them abuse Yoruba Nation people. But look at them today. Let's listen again.
People struggling to make it to go to school, and you are treating them like this
because you are animal. Treating them like how? You are all animals. And you have to be treated like animals until everybody wakes up that Nigeria is not for us. 63 years from today, Nigeria can never be better.
The camp director, I am sure if you have
a... So they're probably having fun anyway. I don't understand why they're sleeping together.
If you have a son or a daughter that want to pass through this process, you will not allow.
Our daughter Omugoniye, idiot. Saraki children just completed university in London, and every one of them like that.
Happen to them, and even after them sleeping here in the morning, your staff will allow those that are private students to enter. Please, students, please.
So that is the current spark of things happening in that messed up country. Again, 2 people shot dead in an ongoing fracas between Fulani people and Amotekun. This is in Ado-Ekiti, according to Simon Ekwaya. Then anytime Koiki, Fulani ti wọlé gbó. Please, ẹjọ́. You have a governor. Èmi kọ́ ni mò ń gba security budget. Ẹ lọ bá governor yín. Ẹ lọ complain fún governor yín. Yoruba Nation movement is a movement. Ẹni tí Fulani bá gbé lọ, ẹ lọ pe ọlọ́pàá àbí sójà kọ́ wọnú gbó pẹ̀lú Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn. Koiki wa support wa. Kìnìún kan náà. Any government wà. Ó ní budget tó ń gbà lọ́wọ́ Buhari, lọ́wọ́ federal allocation lójoojúmọ́. So this happened in Ado-Ekiti. Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn àti Fulani lọ́nà ń bára wọn jà. So we leave that as well quickly, and then we'll come out from here, and then now let's read this quickly at so we have just 20 more minutes. I'm going to end this broadcast because we 3 hours. So let me quickly talk about these. and then I'm okay, Karo, good morning, everyone, once again. We have done 2 hours, 11 minutes already, so I only have less than 20 minutes to complete the program. So, my mom sent this to me yesterday. And she's also one of our koikimedia staff that works behind the scene. Military officers, right, Presidency, and the Senate and others vow what promise to force radical change to save Nigeria if evil continue. Let's break those things down quickly. When they say radical is a very, very strong word. So radical again, radical, especially of a change or action. Change radicalism relating or affecting the fundamental nature of something. So radical, a person who advocates true or complete political or social change, or a member of a political party. But I'm a political party. So if they're talking about these radical change to save Nigeria if evil continue, so everybody now knows that there's evil in Nigeria, okay? Evil. So people have to back evil one in Nigeria. So let's read quickly because of our time. Today is the 15th day of May 2023. It's coming up to almost 6:45 a.m. Exam in England, Scotland, Wales, on Paso as they start their exam today. Some Nigerian military officers, under the platform of concerned patriotic military officers, have threatened to force a radical revolution. I want you to take note of that. Threatening to force a radical revolution to save Nigeria if the momentum corruption in the military is not checked forthwith. The group, which gave the warning in a letter to the Presidency service chiefs and the Senate on Sunday in Yelano, called for the probe of the service chiefs and the former ones, irrespective of their political affiliation, because according to them, they are the ones failing this country. They accuse service chiefs, both former and current, of buying refurbished equipment as new, part of the 419 going on in that messed up country called Location 419. Only soldiers and officers who served in good places pay their ways to good places and foreign mission. And I've heard about these even before we start Yoruba Nation. I had the privilege to visit, these Petrolex. I've talked about it before. Petrolex, when they opened Petrolex, I had the privilege to be there. I was invited. Let's see. And I'm sure I've talked about it before. So when I visited Petrolex, there was a guy that was working there. Petrolex was a big event that was open. VP was there, but it was a very massive event. I was there myself. I had a privilege to be there. To buy the oil and gas. Toy boy. I would have gone with this woman. Bastard burúkú wà lọ́wọ́ wọn ìyàwó dé mílẹ̀ rìn yẹn. Ṣé ìwọ́dẹ̀ rí mi báyìí kó sọ pé journalist ní mi ní Nàìjíríà ní 2017 kò ní dá fún gbogbo yín pátápátá. Kò ní dá fún yín ni mo sọ. Ẹ rò pé journalist máa wọ press badge lè ní máa ń gbé káàkiri. Mo kí bàbá wa Adégbóyè, mo kí gbọ̀yìn Kétu Aláké. This is koikimedia ní 2017 ní Ìbẹ̀fún depot ní Petrolex. Ìyàwó dín mi lórí yẹn. Ó fẹ́ máa gbé mi lọ pẹ̀lú helicopter. Tí bá tẹ̀ mọ́ ní ìbàdàn tí máa ẹ̀rí báàgì tó wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ẹ rò pé fake tàwọn ọmọ Ìgbò tá a bá ní. Ó ní kájọ máa lọ báyìí mo tún wò pé ṣé mi pé wọ́n náà wò fi ṣe dress. Ṣé wọ́n lè sọ fún mi pé ó lè sọ pé journalist ní mi báyìí? Àbí ṣé wọ́n náà tó wá rí mi báyìí nísìn tó mọ̀ pé mo lè fi picture mo lè fi ṣe crime tó bá yẹ pé mo fi ṣe crime tó bá yẹ pé olè oníwọ̀ bí àbí tẹ̀yìn lè ní. Ẹ rò pé gbogbo èèyàn ló máa jó lè bí ẹ̀yìn. Àní tóòtọ́ kò pọ̀ bọ̀ mo dúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run. Mo ń struggle lóòótọ́ but mo dúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run pé ibi tí mo ń bá moment tí mo bá sọ̀rọ̀ lánàá mo ní ìyá mi kan send kankan sí mi láti Amẹ́ríkà lánàá. Mo ní tó bá yẹ pé gbogbo àwọn nǹkan mi tíyàn ti lọ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ gbé láti bí 20 years ago. What if flood gbogbo social media pẹ̀lú orúkọ mi? Tó bá yẹ pé mo ti bá àwọn ìyàwó ní sọ wọ́n pọ̀ ní UK bí àwọn olóṣì bó ṣe ń bá àwọn obìnrin oríṣiríṣi sùn tó ẹlòmíì ti bímọ ti ṣe sí any family life, private life. But what I'm saying is I was there. This is 12th of December. 2 years ká tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ Yorùbá Nation nílé kò tẹ̀ tí sẹ́ni tó kọ́ tó ń rántí Yorùbá Nation. Torí pé ìyàwó dín ní lélẹ̀. Torí bá rẹ̀ Clement, thank you so much. 10 radical changes can never save the zoo. Don't mind the military. I'm coming back to that. If I just show my people, man tẹ̀sí lójú ni, mo gbọ́dọ̀ máa tẹ̀sí lójú. Because mi ò ń ṣe olóṣìbí tí yín ẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ẹ̀kọ́ ìkẹtì kọ́ Yorùbá Nation. So mo owó tó wà lọ́wọ́ àwọn eléyìí. This is the wife of Idimi, Ajia Semira Sheriff Idimi. Mélòó ni Idimi fi máa bá ilé sùn? Idimi tẹ́pọ̀n ti lọ́lẹ̀. Ilé máa ní ìdẹ́n tó máa ní ẹ̀pọ̀n tó máa gbà sí fún tó máa dán lóyòyòyò. Pé bó ṣe ń dán owó àwọn ọmọ Amẹ́ríkà lọ́wọ́ àwọn ọmọ yẹn náà wá sí ìfẹ́ǹtì yẹn. Nígbà tẹ̀ fẹ́ lè máa lé kan náà àwọn ọmọ yìí. Màmá jẹ́wó lára wọn. Ó ní kájọ máa lọ Kánò padà. Mo ní rọ mo ní ìpadà lọ London. Ó ní 10 times tó bá ti wá London. And they were in London sometime but I couldn't meet up with them. Wọ́n send message sí mi pé àwọn wà ní London. Àwọn wọ London ṣeré ni yóò lò sí. À ń sọ fún yín pé òun ṣe owó làwọn torí ẹ̀ ṣe Yorùbá Nation. Tí bá fẹ́ gbọ́ owó ni ọwọ́ àwọn eléyìí ni máa ti owó wo ni fẹ́ gbà lọ́wọ́ Yorùbá Nation. This was 2017. Petrolex àwọn ọmọ bàbá Ìjẹ̀bú ló ní. Gbogbo ẹ̀ náà fraud lọ fi ṣe. Wọ́n kàn fi gbọ́ owó káàkiri. Àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ máa ń jẹ fàájì lọ sí Cyprus ní àwọn ọmọ bàbá Ìjẹ̀bú. Yacht lọ máa ń gbé lọ pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ aláṣẹ́wó. Tó máa wọ ìgbà míì gan ni wọ́n wọ bra wọ́n wọ pátá. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ ayé tó ń jẹ́ Nàìjíríà ìwọ kàn ń ṣe ọkàn láàgùn wa máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ ní bíbá ìwọ tó dá kankan mọ̀. Ayé gidi wà ní Nàìjíríà táwọn tó ń jẹ ìyàwó dímí lélẹ̀ ìyàwó ẹ̀ lára àwọn ìyàwó ẹ̀ mélòó ní dímí fẹ́ máa bá ilé sùn mọ́ nísìn ìwọ náà rí bó ṣe ń dán yòyòyòyòyòyò. These are the àwọn tó di agbára Nàìjíríà mo upload àwọn picture yẹn lórí social media bá àwọn èèyàn béèrè pé kì í ṣe káwọn send CV kó tẹ̀ tètè yí mi àwọn rí mi ní because people understand what is oil bí mo sọ fún yín nísìn I just talked about it on the OEC. Ìbá sọ nísìn àti show video gas. Gas is very very important. Anything oil and gas, downstream, upstream. Àwọn tó understand nǹkan tí mo sọ mo understand it. Ibẹ̀ lówó wà ní Nàìjíríà. You could be a billionaire within a space of time. Kí lè rò pé Àlùkò fi jówó ní Nàìjíríà? Àlùkò Kọ́láwọlé Àlùkò. Àlùkò tá a máa ń sọ Àlùkò tó jówó Nàìjíríà. Bọ̀bọ̀ yìí. Ṣebí torí pé ó ń ládi Dèzénì ni tó bá ti lè ládi anybody. Big boy ní Àlùkò ṣé mọ̀ pé yacht tó rà àwọn Jay-Z wọ́n rẹ́ǹtẹ̀ bọ̀bọ̀ burúkú yìí criminal yìí big boy gidi ni bẹ́ẹ̀ mi náà bá ṣe di big boy ni lẹ́yìn ní sọ̀rọ̀ bá máa sọ fún mi pé olè lèmi náà wàá dúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run ẹni olè ní Koiki okòwò Yorùbá Nation jẹ tí bá fẹ́ jẹ owó Yorùbá Nation mo ní jẹ owó àwọn ilé ni máa ti jẹ owó tí bá débẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan mo máa ti máa gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ torí pé intelligent boy lèmi màá kọ́kọ́ ní kó lọ ra ilé fún mi sí London tí mo mọ̀ pé mo need a dẹ̀ sọ fún mi pé ṣé mo lè bá wọn move owó màá dẹ̀ sọ pé yes àjọ máa move owó yẹn but lẹ́nu nísìnyí mo nílé bá ń ṣe Yorùbá Nation yóò lò ṣe lórí burúkú ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ́ pẹ̀lẹ́ ẹ̀ nílé láyé ẹ̀ ò lè súnmọ́ àwọn ilé bàbá ẹ̀ ọ̀gbọ́n ò lè súnmọ́ wọn débi pé màmá ẹ̀. mo ní journalist ni ló tún wò mí báyìí pé tó gbọ́ sẹ́ǹtì mi báyìí pé ìyá Amẹ́ríkà mo ní London náà kí ló ń pẹ́ lẹ́rìn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni tí bá gba sí fún lẹ́ẹ̀kan báyìí wàrà ara ẹ̀ wọn máa dán yán jù báyìí lọ ni ìwọ náà wà rẹ̀ bó ṣe ń dán gígìgìgì international mi pé kẹ́ ṣe sùúrù àwa ti wà connected ká tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ Yorùbá Nation ní nǹkan ṣe ẹ̀fọ́ Yorùbá Nation ló jẹ́ kí n popular ni Ìgbòho kàn jẹ́ ká popular from pé agbé òótọ́ dání but popularity ti wà níta àwọn tó dá mọ̀ kò dẹ́yẹ pé mo ṣe post picture ẹ̀ orí Ọláyọmí gan mo post ẹ̀ sí and this was 2017 December 13 èmi ṣe post ẹ̀ December 12 lọ ṣe event yẹn who is who ló wà níbẹ̀ wetin dey make you laugh yabi if I put my papa inside this woman I know how much I go dey chop now that's why Kọ́lá Àlùkò was able to make a lot of money from Dezeni because ó ń gbasi fún Dezeni ó dẹ̀ make owó yẹn ìbọn lélẹ̀ Dezeni wà London nísìn ìlànà sọ fún pé kẹ́ ṣe sùúrù ẹ jẹ́ ká gba Yorùbá Nation kémi náà lè establish dáadáa èmi fẹ́ dàbí àwọn Eon ìwọ náà máa sọ ìdí wọn náà fi dàbí I want to be like this company. This is the new brand of media out there. They're called Eon. I'm sure a lot of you that follows them. Where I can have my presenter, my broadcaster all over the world, but especially Yoruba land, without any threat from anybody. Set up koikimedia and say you have DSS and you expect me to come and establish koikimedia in Nigeria now. Let's come back to the military. Bomb bastard, every one of you. Epele mama gbalenu tèmi because I have done things that some of you will never have done before. I am not Fela Durotoye. I'm not your motivational speaker here. Go and sit down with Fela. I saw him going to talk to Nigerian immigration. He's wasting his time. Nigerian immigration oloshiwo. Mokin Baba Adepeju. I saw Fela Durotoye, they invite him. All those ones, they just give them money. Shape motivational nonsense. I want traffic connect more delay. If I think about the connect more, I got my baby lock Kanu. I got the coral listen for me Kanu, but my rally in London for you, we go to London. No. Ìyàwó mi tó kọ̀ wá London kọ́ máa sọ pé bàbá kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ìwé mi ṣáà ti ra lé fún ẹ kí ló tún fẹ́ máa tọ́jú àwọn ọmọ màá dẹ̀ lọ ra lé síbi tó dáa èlò ni mo fẹ́ àwọn ilé lówó owó ṣìgìdì wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ìdímí maybe you don't know what the word àwọn tó ń pè ní ìdímí go and Google, let me Google them for you owó ṣọ̀pọ̀nà gidi wà lọ́wọ́ wọn. Can you see the children? Mo meet eléyìí ó dà ń pẹ́ ẹ̀pọ̀n ni mo meet eléyìí ṣé orí bó ṣe ń dán ó yẹ kí fọ́ọ̀mù yìí ní sáà mi. Damn! God damn it, man. Àwọn ọmọ ńláńlá. Wọ́n náà pé lè ti marry, ti bímọ kan or something. America ló wà. We are still friends. Torí wọn bá yẹn ń dán. Àwọn tó ń jáwọ́ Nàìjíríà lélẹ̀ òun gbọ́dọ̀ ṣì. Born bastard. Ẹ̀ ń bú Ìgbòho. Ẹ̀ ń bú Bàbá Akíntóyè. Ìyẹn tí Bàbá Akíntóyè fẹ́ rectify. Ìwọ náà bó ṣe ń dán láì kúrò Nàìjíríà. Máa ń follow ìyá yẹn lórí Instagram tó jẹ́ mẹ́ta tí mo lè fọ́ ẹ̀. Sórí náà. Can you see their lifestyle? Happy birthday, fine girl. So like you should make contact with Ligeria. Sorry, this was 2 weeks ago. The woman is very nice. You know, we are quite nice to like the boy in don't. She only support Nigeria now, really. She only support Nigeria now, really. You know, I thought she didn't know Ruby here. Not sure. You know, a big boy. Private jet me. You know, private jet, long blow say. You know, private jet. Ayé káyé. Ayé tí bàbá tí ò lè jẹ làwọn ń jẹ. You know. And this is me with their mother. Màmá wọn lélẹ̀ gangan màmá wọn. Òun ló pè mí pé ọmọ bó ni wọ́. Mo ní UK ni mo base pé I come to London as well. Oh, when I next say in London, let me know. So you bora manama. Ya fi sílẹ̀. Àwọn tó ń jayé lélẹ̀. Yóò dé olè ṣì tẹ́ dákọ̀. Ìwọ tó ti ráyé. Ẹlòmíì ọkọ̀ fún 20,000 naira lásán ó ti bára ẹ̀ jẹ́. 20,000 naira lásán ló kọ̀ gbọ́ ti bára ẹ̀ jẹ́. Let me go and now talk about them. The Indigenous. Owó yẹpẹrẹ ń bẹ lọ́wọ́ bàbá yẹn. Owó burúkú. Bàbá wọn lélẹ̀ Mohammed Idimi olówó gẹ̀mbẹ̀ business type fún mi mélòó ló fẹ́ máa báyà yẹn sùnmọ́ billionaire ibo ló ti ní billionaire owó Nàìjíríà náà ni businessman Mohammed Idimi biography children wife source of income and the net worth. The billionaire businessman is the founder and the chairman of the Oriental Energy Resources and Oil Exploration Production Company. Mohammed Idimi is also the in-law to President Muhammadu Buhari. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni náà bá ti wà pẹ̀lú mo nílé máa bú búbu báyìí bí ṣe ń bu ṣe rí pé Ọlọ́run tọ́jú wa fúnjọ́ báyìí because èmi ò dáhùn àpótá líǹkì mọ́ Buhari níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn ṣe rí wọn you can see they are all connected. These are the people that are holding your life. He was born in 1947 in Maiduguri known as Borno State. He only attended Quranic school but he learned how to speak and read in English. He only attended Quranic school. Ẹ wo family bó ṣe sùn. Ẹ wọ àwọn ọmọ ẹ bó ṣe sùn níbo ni ìyá ẹ náà pé gẹ́ ọ̀yàn lélẹ̀ ìyàwó méjì gbé mẹ́ta lédè máa fẹ́. Big family, the Idimis, ẹ wòran, the founder of Oriental Energy is blessed with 20 children. Oil money just the boom, yafun for naught. And then small people come on the social media and say, Koiki, where's Yoruba nation money? Show one. You see them there? They are the big boys. The Idimis. You can see them there. So let's complete quickly because as gotten law, not been time yet. So which may also already military. But what the military are saying here is the group is now only soldiers and officers who serve in good place. I've talked about that. The group advised President-elect Bola Tinubu to be careful so that the country will not be buried under him. I want you to take note of that. Once soften Bola Tinubu pé kó wà very careful. Come about sun Nigeria. No, come about sin Nigeria. Lábẹ́ Bola Tinubu. And I know that when they're going to do that, Bola Tinubu is going to declare war in Nigeria. So, according to them, there are killings across the country because some military men are colluding with criminals and only after their pocket and the interest of their godfather. Is it not what Danjuma said that I played this morning when we started? The first 20 minutes of our program, we played different videos just to remind us. So, is that not what Danjuma used to say? Believe in the soldier, believe in the military, you are a dead person. Let's listen.
Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits. They kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one.
Impediment to Yoruba development is the impediment to Odua development. Without Nigeria, we won't be where we are. 1962, we were far ahead of South Korea and North Korea. We were far ahead of China even. We had television before France. We had radio before South Africa. Now look at where we are today. I think it's a shame that even any Yoruba man can be talking about restructuring at this point in time. What are we restructuring? This country that is already shot to pieces? I don't think that's what we want. But they are always talking about giving Nigeria a chance. The patience of Yoruba with Nigeria has come to an end.
So what do they expect of us now that this war is on our doorstep? Of course, there has got to be civil mobilization. And if we keep waiting for this to be centrally handled, we're all going to become, if we're not already, slaves in our own land. That for me is personally intolerable. It's not an acceptable condition. And whatever it takes, I stand ready to contribute in any way.
And that, as we bring the program to an end this morning, hope you've been able to learn one or two things. We're not apologizing for whatever we have said on this live transmission. It is exactly how it is. If you're not pleased with it, go and die. One bastard. Thank you so much, everyone. My name is OLAMILEKAN. Have a very great day ahead as we pray for all our children around the United Kingdom that are heading to school this morning, preparing for that exam. We pray that everything that they've prepared for today will just start sinking in. Láṣẹ àwọn tó láyé tó lọ́run. Gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tó ń lọ sí inú exam àtàwọn ọmọ Igbo tó ń lọ àtàwọn ọmọ Edo àtàwọn ẹ̀yà míì. Kọ́lọ́run Elédùmarè kó bá máa fi ìṣọ́ ẹ̀ṣọ́ wọn. Clement, my brother, I can't love you less. I say all your hands on my PayPal all the time. Appreciate to those of you from the United Arab Emirates, Waris Jinadu, DZ123. These our brother continue to engage with the U.S. Embassy. There's a lot of communication that he shares with me. We can't disclose that on this live transmission. There are some people that are working as a one-man fight. They are not on the live transmission, but they are doing enough of communication. And some people do send a copy of the letter that they are sending to American Embassy, the U.S. Embassy, the U.S. and other countries as well. Some people have great patents. Moki, Mr. Bright, Bonju. So don't think that sitting here, we are the only one working. You do your own best. I am just doing my own little best. When you had yours, we had mine. It goes up like that. We don't have to kill each other. This can still be done in a diplomatic way with more pressure. Whether Tinubu gets there or not, I don't care. Tinubu cannot fix Nigeria. Not to talk about fixing himself. He had to run to Paris for medical treatment. We pray for his good health. Alhaji Aremumoki, I am not fighting because of religion. If you're fighting for religion, you're a bomb bastard. Religion is your own wahala. We are fighting for our identity, our culture, and the future of the Yoruba people. We think Yoruba first. Whatever Seun Kuti has done, I am happy with it. Let him do more. Slap there, so that the crisis can start. Seun Kuti's grandmother was killed in that same Nigeria. Nobody till date have been able to give us clear reason and evidence of those behind it. All we just had was unknown soldier. Bola Ige, Uncle Bola Ige, a chief justice, was killed under the nose of Obasanjo. Nobody has given us who are those behind it. Nobody has been sentenced. And you expect their own family to be happy with Nigeria. There's a lot of pressure in Nigeria. Just the same thing like Ligeria was killed. Shout out to every one of you, whether you are in the southeast, in the Port Harcourt, wherever you are. Nigeria is going to break. It's going to break with this generation. How soon, I don't know. But one day will be one day. Things will fall apart. To those that have died, the two Nollywood actors from the Yoruba and the Igbo side, we pray for their family from this part. And we hope that the rest of you will know that we are not going to be here forever. We're only here for a very, very short period of time. We are fighting for the land border, the culture, the language, the water resources. God bless Babakitoye. God bless IGBOHO. God bless the chief imam of Yoruba land. God bless Chief Ayiloge. God bless the YSDM team, the Dr. KABIRU Kose, Young Khan, and the rest of you that are working tirelessly. We can't appreciate you less. Once again, from this part of the globe, I got to go now. Thank you so much. Wouldn't go without saying shout out to all our people on the Mixlr. Sorry, Mo, if you message and Comrade Plan B, you told me that the 12.5 kg is around 9,000 naira, and you also went on to say victory, Victoria Asata, Aluta Continua. More of Seun Kuti Sinero Wahalai. Thank you so much, everyone, and we love you all from this side. Bye for now.
ẹ má fojú ko eruku ata abẹ́ ń bẹ eruku ata tí o ti fojú ko àbá wà gbogbo Nàìjíríà.
ọmọ Oòduà ọ̀gá Fúlàní ló jẹ́ Yorùbá nation yìí ti gbogbo wa ni kó má gbọ́dọ̀ bàjẹ́ torí kò sílùú mìíràn.
life is so funny. You come with nothing, then fight for everything, and later leave everything and go back with empty hand. God is powerful.
Koikimedia, bringing the world closer to our doorstep. Have a very good morning. Self-determination is our right, and bye for now.